at you! Look at you just coming in like the DM.
Surprise!
You think you're the DM now, Matt?
Hey,
What, I let
sometimes
you one shot one time, and you're just gonna try to take over the show?
I mean, sometimes you click a button and you expect there to be a transition in Streamlabs, and then there's not, and so you panic and you
It's
just
not.
say
It's
hello to
just
make sure
there.
that everyone knows what's going on.
We need the Robin Williams like whipped cream, like.
Oh, hello!
Everybody, welcome to Tales of Initiative. This is Sunset over Vengalia. We are so excited to be here today. I want to once again give a big thank you to all of you as our viewers, people who we love, and once again, a big congratulations to Mr. Unlucky on winning the first set of Fernway dice last week. I hope you receive them. But two, I hope that you love them as much as we love them, and we are so excited that you are going to get them. We are just really, really excited. We're just excited. We don't have a Conlin here today, so it won't be as much fun to knock Quarus unconscious, but we're going to do our best anyway. I do want to first and foremost thank our sponsors, our ongoing sponsors, Fernway and TA Maps. And we have a new sponsor. Make sure you check out Level 1 Gamers. There's going to be a link in our bio, in our chat for all of those with Level 1 Gamers. They are an online like D&D inspired merch store, so you can get shirts, you can get mugs. They have a really cool like tiefling mug that I personally own. I just don't have it here in front of me right now. But they have shirts, they have stickers, they have all kinds of things. And if you use promo code TOI22, you will save 20% off your orders from Level 1 Gamers. And their website is just level1gamers.com. And that's one as a number, not as a word. But we love our sponsors. Also, check out our website because we have our Tales merch, including our Tales Pride merch. Episodes, some special one-shots that are running Saturday, correct? Can we confirm that for anybody?
Yes, we have a special charity stream going on this Saturday. We are going to have 2 games. There's going to be 1 and I believe 3 p.m. Eastern. There's going to be Monster Hearts.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be run by Raz. So if you're used to Tales of Misadventure, come check out some of her GMing. And then at 8 p.m. we are going to have Billy GMing a game of Thirsty Sword Lesbians. So come out and get thirsty and celebrate some prideful stories. It's gonna be a good time. And throughout the stream, throughout the day, throughout the day we are going to be running a bunch of like cool stuff to help Project Gendercool, who works on visibility and awareness for non-binary and trans youth. And it's a really cool project, really cool cause. You can give money to make our lives harder or make them easier, whichever you'd like. And heads up that with every $5 donation you give during the stream, you will get a free copy of the new Thirsty Sword Lesbians playbook that I've been writing called The Unknown. So come check that out.
So exciting!
I will be playing in the Thirsty Sword Lesbians game. Yes.
So Billy has a chance to get some retribution.
Billy theoretically has a chance to try and dom me. He'll try. He'll give it his best effort.
He will try. That's the thing.
Yes.
So check that out. It's fundraiser, as we said, to raise some money for some amazing causes. So check those out. But otherwise, I think we are ready to go. So let's go ahead and sit back, relax, enjoy sunsets over Vengalia.
This is when the transition happens?
No, but thank you. This will be where our intro video will play once that's all completed. We'll talk about that after the stream. When last we left off, the heroes had woken up to find Leah Zistrith unresponsive in her bed. her sheets soaked with sweat and her breathing shallow, like that of her husband. Trym, feeling some sort of guilt from her behavior the previous night, has a conversation with Vix and apologizes for her behavior the night before, with the understanding that Vix will help her look for her missing wife under the guise of searching for Vix's missing dagger. After discussing with the party about the things that they wish to discover and any assistance that they want to provide with the community for the survivors, it's decided that instead, Trym will stay back and help guard the survivors, and Vix and the rest of the heroes will go looking for something to try to help them in the Peaceful Giant, the inn that is owned by the Furbolg. While they're out scouting around, Archie sends his familiar Bono ahead to scout around inside the inn, while the party hides in an alley. While they're waiting, Nemeia confronts Vix about their behavior recently and about their actions and the things that they've said. While they are having this discussion, and Archie is occupied looking through the eyes of Bono, they are surprised by a group of undead creatures sneaking up behind them. And that is where we pick up today, with Archie and Edie just completely oblivious to what's going on because Edie is Edie. Archie seeing through the eyes of Bono. I'm going to go ahead and just start off with having everybody roll for initiative. And Archie, you are completely unaware. We're going to have you roll, but until somebody alerts you to what's going on, you're not aware of what's happening. So let's go ahead and
Yikes!
start. And don't forget to roll for Chorus, Vix, since you are controlling Chorus's character. Let's start with Edie. What is your initiative?
14.
Okay. Vix?
My initiative is a 17.
And Chorus's?
Ooh.
I'm working on it. I believe it's probably going to be a 4. I'm sorry, Chorus.
No, that's perfect. That's perfect.
If it's not, I'll change it. I'll let you know, but I think it's a 4.
I don't think it's going to be enough difference to probably matter too much. Nemeia?
18.
Ah,
And Rose?
18.
Ooh.
No.
And Archie?
19.
Oh no.
The one time. The one
Too
time I
good.
would have rolled low. I rolled
Amazing.
the highest one.
Okay, well, I love this because it's just perfect. So
First turn's
instead,
up.
because Archie is completely unaware of what's happening, we actually do start with some of the skeletons. So
First turn, Archie's just kind of like still talking to the group because you can't tell. He's just like,
Okay.
okay, so I see this and I see this, and just reporting about what he's seeing through Bono's eyes.
Totally
As the
oblivious
skeletons
that
are approaching.
horribleness is happening.
all right, so we've got the skeletons up first.
Are they
Okay,
also on
okay.
19?
What to do? I think this one. Nope. That's right. That's right. I wanted to do this first.
Everything okay?
Oh, yeah. Everything's fine. I just got a lot going on here. Each of these stat blocks has a bunch going on, and I just can't really decide what I want to do.
Aren't they just zombies?
Yeah, just go brains.
No, it's guys. It's not. It's not just zombies. I want one to move like this, but this one's blocking it, and you can see they're in an alley, so it makes it a little harder. What if I make a mistake and I ruin this combat? Everybody's watching us.
I think you're being a little too hard on yourself there, Dustin.
Yeah, pretty sure that whatever you do, you're going to put Chorus to 0 hit points.
Well, yeah. I mean, maybe. I just wish the monsters would run themselves sometimes. That would kind of take a load off my mind.
You know, I think there's actually a way to do that.
Wait, there is?
Yeah, Emberwind.
Oh, that's right. Emberwind has a GM-less system, so each of its enemies has information not just on what it can do, but how it does it.
How does that work?
I'm glad you asked. It's easy. Each foe card has a list of what the monster can do, but also includes an AI hex grid. Each hex, starting with the movement hex in the middle, describes what the monster will do in a particular path of actions, and you choose the path of actions using a d6. The enemies basically play themselves.
But what happens if the action path doesn't make sense?
I mean, if the monster can't take an action, then it just doesn't do anything. Not every monster plays optimally, and this is part of player strategy. Understanding what the creatures can or cannot do, and responding to counter them with good tactics.
When you really dive in, more powerful monsters will have more advanced AI grids, which actually adapt their behaviors using advanced red action hexes. Boss battles are still dynamic, but no one feels like they have to do all of the thinking.
Dang. I'm gonna need to get this system a try. This sounds super cool.
Well, there's good news there. You can get 15% off all Emberwind's products by using the discount code TOI.
Toy!
Oh, this all sounds amazing. That would be way easier than trying to get in the headspace of 30 different undead creatures.
30?
30?
Oh, yeah, I meant to tell you, make sure you have your backup character sheets ready. The skeletons are up first. So since they are here, we're just going to go with it. So this skeleton is going to move right here, and he is going to take a swipe with his short sword. How did you guys like that? Like seamless transition from the ad
Seamless.
spot into combat.
Perfect.
Take an attack.
We did
So
it!
seamless,
Into-
you need to bring it up.
Break the immersion.
I just wanted
Love it.
everybody to know the ad spot was now done. And we're
They
done.
knew
So
the
it's
ad
gonna
spot
make
was
an
done
attack.
because there was no more Sponer
You-
text on the screen.
You don't know,
I didn't know we were
anything.
doing an
All right,
ad.
first short sword attack against Nemeia.
The smooth sword.
Ooh.
That is a dirty 20.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and you're not raging yet. Darn it,
I'm
this
not
is full
raging
damage.
yet.
Oh, just
Oh,
criminal.
That is going to be
This is criminal
5
activity.
Points,
It sounds so broken
5
up
points
about
of
it.
piercing damage.
Ouch.
Skeleton 2 is going to come down here and make another attack against Nemeia. People say, "Oh, you're going to attack H.E.R.O.E.S too much." Not today, folks. That
'Cause he's
is
in the
I don't.
Because he's in the back,
that
yeah.
is- that's not that. I don't think that's going to hit. That is a 13, 14. What is that? 13. That's not going to hit.
No, 13 misses.
Oh, you avoided one. Yay! This one's going to move in here, and he's going to attack again with a short sword. That is a 21
No.
for 7 points of piercing damage.
Ow.
This one back here can't get you, so it's going to use its short bow because it still can get you. That's cocked.
She would have cover from all of the things in front of her, though.
She would, and a 22 will probably still hit.
Jeez.
He's a mega
It's using the
zombies.
chorus attacks against you.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
a
Nemeia's
5
not
points.
used to this.
5 points of piercing damage from that skeleton. And this skeleton is going to come around
My
and do here, and
gosh.
still another shot. That is a 18. Which what's your AC? I'll say you have +3 AC to your +3 to your AC because of your partial coverage from all the others in front of you.
That would take me to a 17 then. So it's still
So it's 18 is sorry, 17. 17 will still hit then. So that is
Yeah.
4 points of piercing damage from their arrows. So the first skeleton, and they just start chopping into you, and then the other two shoot into you. That being said, their turn is now over, and Nemeia, you are up.
She's like, why am I feeling pain? So,
What is
Quickest
this?
6 seconds ever.
oh my god. So, bonus action,
slash.
rage. Raging.
It felt so
bonus-
good to finally deal some damage to the barbarian. You know? Really, I'm glad I got that that opportunity.
I'm declaring my tail, and I'm just. Is it gonna? Because I get technically 2 attacks. Can I use a shove attack?
Yeah.
You can replace.
Amazing.
attack.
Vix, out of the way.
Oi!
Where are you shoving Vix?
Just behind me.
He's already kind of behind you. Or
Oh,
they're
okay.
already kind of behind you.
Okay.
I mean, you can push them up against this building kind of to the square where Archie is, but that would
Yeah, isn't
potentially
that-
open up a space for them to... So Archie, you're not on the roof, you're just kind of up against the building.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
kind of where I wanted to shove Vix.
Okay, so Vix,
So
are you
behind
resisting?
me against the building.
I am going to resist.
Okay, go ahead and make a contested athletics check.
Well, I get acrobatics. I
Oh my
can choose
goodness.
acrobatics to
That's right.
dodge it.
Well, I think you beat me anyway with an 8.
I got 23.
Yeah. Alright, that's fine.
Advantage, Nemeia, because you're raging.
Alright!
You do have advantage, yeah.
Jeez. I did forget that. 14, well, that's a dirty 20. So.
So it won't
23.
be a 23, but really impressive. So you try to
Yeah.
shove Vix, and Vix nimbly avoids your shove.
Not right now, darling. We're fighting.
Just snarls. I'm gonna draw the scimitar, and with my other attack, go for the zombie.
Skeleton.
Skeleton, beg your pardon, directly above me on the map.
Okay.
Recklessly. With my scimitar plus 6, that's an 18.
That'll hit.
Really should have had my dice prepared. 2d4, that's 3, 6, 7, 8 points of slashing damage.
Is that with your rage bonus?
Yes.
Okay.
My rage bonus is a +2. I rolled a 4. My scimitar is a +3.
Perfect. So as you slash, you just cut this big opening gash, and you actually see bones splinter in its chest cavity as ribs pop and break.
Nice.
All right,
Nice.
that ends your turn.
Yes.
Unless you want to try
Oh.
moving. Do you want to fly up or anything?
No.
Okay. Up next, you have seen these 2 large creatures, and they kind of lumber into view, in front.
Oh lord.
Do they have the same initiative? Because I'm also 18.
They do, but they would have a
Okay.
higher.
Okay, perfect.
But that's all they can do, I think. Let me see
Ooh.
if they have a.
There are 2 of them?
There is 2
Yeah.
of them.
Big.
But there's 2 other regular big guys too, right?
These are the 2 bigger guys that you saw earlier. They weren't on the map, so I was pulling them into map for their turn.
But
They can't
behind the
get-
skeletons, are there big guys or are they just zombies?
Those are zombies.
Okay, sorry. I thought.
So
So
this
there's-
guy is going to start moving around here for his turn, and he's going to come down here.
Oh no.
They're
Ruh-roh.
working their way around.
They're going around?
They're trying to work their way around because they can't get through everybody else, so they're going around.
They're doing a
That
flanking
was-
maneuver.
Wow.
Man.
That
Yeah.
will end their turn. Rose, you are up. Then Vix, Edie, and Chorus.
Ooh, need to get Archie here. So I was wondering, I have one-way telepathy. Would that be able to work to communicate with him? To get him-
Ooh.
With Archie?
It's only my sight
Yeah.
and hearing that's
Mhm.
through my familiar right now.
So, yeah, could I use my silent speech ability to just kind of go speak into Archie's mind, like, Archie, there's undead out here. You need to snap out of it and fight.
Ooh. Okay.
Is that
Let's see,
your
what it
action or
actually-
is that a bonus action?
It doesn't specify. It just is an ability to silent speech. Whenever I want to, I can speak
Okay.
to a creature within 30 feet. So
So
I'll
if
let
it's just
you
talking,
decide.
I'll let it be a free action for you to have like 6 seconds
Okay.
or whatever of.
Okay.
But it is an action for you to pull back from Bono, isn't
It's as an action you can see
I'm not
through their eyes
sure.
until the start of your next turn. So it's actually you need to keep using your action
Okay.
every turn to keep seeing through their eyes. So I think it just
Okay.
ends
Perfect.
if I don't do it.
So
All right,
but at the
so
start of my
Rose-
next turn.
So Rose, I'll
So
say
you
that was your
know
free
not to
action
do
to
it.
say something.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. All right. Then, as her bonus action, she is going to go and summon one of her spirits, totems, which is the bear one. So 10 page.
Heck yes.
Let me just go and draw that out.
That's
It's gonna definitely get everyone.
that's premium.
It's always 30 feet. Oh my gosh.
Heck
I can't
yeah.
see. That's a little too small, but we get the idea.
That's too
but
small.
yes. Yeah, it's I made it too
It
small
covers
because
the
it's a
entire
30-foot
town.
radius.
It's fine.
It's a 30-foot radius. So all of us just add 10 temp HP. And then
Nice.
alright, so I'm not sure I would have seen those guys lumbering about, but for those small guys, I think she'd probably go and she said she was going to cast Spike Growth, and she will. So it's another little sphere. I'm just gonna.
It's gonna be spheres upon spheres here.
It's always spheres when it comes to Rose.
Wasn't that
like,
that '80s band, Spheres for Spheres?
something
God.
like-
Oh my. I took psychic damage from that.
wrong place.
Shout, shout, let the summons out.
Okay. No,
These are the
no one-
spikes that we fear to walk on. Come on!
No.
Okay, so it's over there. I don't know if you can kind of
I'm
where
taking
it is.
damage.
By
Come
those-
on!
By those small,
Can you make
those
it a
like
different color?
smaller zones. I don't think I can.
Someone else will
Where-
have to draw the second circle.
Yeah,
Oh,
where are
it's-
you putting it?
In like the
I
top
can-
right,
I
so
can
it
do it.
like, yeah. So it
Hmm.
kind of has it's on all the other
How
undead.
big is it?
It's a 20-foot radius sphere. I'll delete my other
Like
one.
right here.
Yes, right there.
Okay.
So there's that, and so you see there's the spikes. Once again, kind of like with the obelix, these spikes come up like thorny, and there's like roses attached to them.
And is it if
as
they
kinda
start
just-
their turns on there, they take damage, or
it's-
only when they move?
when they move? So if they like move within it or move out of it, then they take damage.
And it's considered difficult terrain, so they move at half speed, correct?
Yep. Yes.
Okay. Does that end your turn?
Yes.
Vix, you are up. Edie and Chorus on deck.
Chorus.
Alrighty.
Hey, can we
Uh,
all just celebrate that Chorus is not unconscious yet?
hey, you know what? This has got to be a record.
Don't worry, there's two big boys coming to fix that.
There are two big boys coming to fix that. I am hoping to help fix that as well, or help not fix that. I don't know.
You
Vix.
just turn around and shoot Chorus.
Jeez.
I'll put him down for you.
Boom! Don't worry about it. Vix reaches down to the ground and pulls up a little bit of dirt while unsheathing their scimitar, and is just kind of standing in a ready stance. Nemeia, you don't need to chase me away. We'll make this blockade. I'm sure Chorus is about to run off and do something stupid, so... Reforge Shattered Verse, and pleading whim to construct guarding redoubts, shells of faith protecting thine perfect fury, reckless angel, and lost speaker. And they throw the sand out, and it starts hovering around Nemeia, Vix, and Chorus, and these little, like, motes of sand grow larger into little, like, runic symbols of Celestial. All three of us have the benefits of half cover.
Ooh.
Ooh. So is that
Nice.
like you get to select the target for that?
I get to pick 3 creatures. This is called Litany of Defense. It's one of my new second levels.
Nice.
So I get to pick 3 creatures. It's an action, concentration, and those creatures benefit from half cover for the spell's duration, which is up to 1 minute.
Nice.
Nice.
And then I will also, because I am on the front lines here, I will also enact a judgment. And I will pick, just to make it very unlikely that Dustin goes all crazy, Vix is going to whisper a prayer and enact a judgment of sacred protection to give a little boost to my AC.
What does that put your AC up to with those combinations?
With the half cover and the judgment bonus, my AC is now 21.
Ooh.
I'd only hit you if I was attacking H.E.R.O.E.S.
But that is the end of my turn. That's all I got. And the scimitar is out in
Alright.
one hand, so I am threatening.
Perfect.
Is that
Edie, you
including
are
the
up.
ring?
Yeah, that's
Ring of
including
protection?
the ring of protection, yeah.
Oh my
Damn.
goodness.
Edie, you're up. Chorus is on deck.
I guess snaps into attention. Is like, wait a second, there's something going on. Well, no, and she's going to cast spiritual weapon in the gap in between like the skeletons and the zombies as a bonus action.
Right there.
Yeah.
Nice.
Let's take a swing with that one before we work anything else out. 15?
Were you attacking?
What? Sorry, the skeleton that's diagonal from
Directly under
Nemeia.
it?
Yep.
The one that's directly under the weapon. Okay, 15 will hit.
And that is a 7 damage with the spiritual
7.
weapon.
Okay. As the spiritual weapon just manifests behind the skeleton, completely oblivious, the bell like swings and cracks down. 3 of the vertebrae actually like crush, and the skeleton gets noticeably shorter in front of Nemeia as its spine is compacted by this blow.
Yeah, and then Edie's going to be like, I don't like them so close to us. And she's going to pull out the Mace of Terror and use her action and be like, fuck off. And so they all need to make a wisdom saving throw.
And that's creatures. So read the description on that again, because I did not when I
holding it.
used it against you.
You can use an action, expend 1 charge to release a wave of terror. Each creature of my choice, so every enemy within 30 feet of me, must save a wisdom saving throw.
That might
You need
include
to
those
be able to
giants.
see them.
Each creature of my choice in a 30-foot radiating.
But do you
Okay.
need to?
It just says
That's
choice. It doesn't
insane.
need to see.
It just
Okay.
says
Ah.
choice, so
Perfect.
That's great.
enemies.
But does Edie know the big boys are there?
She would have
Yeah, I
seen
don't-
them run, right?
I don't know if you were just now becoming aware that you
Well,
were being
because-
attacked.
No, because they moved after Nemeia's first turn. So like
Yeah,
I would
like
have
they
seen
make some
Nemeia
noise.
moving around and all that
Okay.
stuff.
And it's a wisdom save.
Yes.
First one is a 11, so he's gonna fail,
Fail.
I'm assuming.
Nice.
Second one is a 14.
Fail.
What is the DC on this?
15.
Woohoo!
Damn.
Get wrecked.
11,
Incredible.
Fail.
14,
Fail.
6.
Oh my god.
Edie's like, none of this. Be scared. Run from me.
2. Finally, a 16.
Save.
Let me see, what are the zombies?
This is
A
amazing.
4,
This is the best thing ever.
This is amazing.
13,
They're all within
Nice.
range.
Edie's just going full Galadriel.
13.
All shall love
Only-
me and despair!
Only one of the ogre zombie ogres passed. So everybody else is now afraid of you.
So, they are not allowed to take reactions. For its action, it has to use its dash. Unless something's like restricting its movement. And if it has nowhere to move, it can use the dodge action. And it can repeat the saving throw at the end of its turn. But it is now, they're all scared for 1 minute.
Thank you.
Terrifying, Edie.
All right.
Dash away from you.
If they take damage.
No damage.
No, but going through the
No.
field of spiky growth, they sure will.
Oh, but no, the damage doesn't scare, that doesn't change the frighten.
Okay.
It doesn't. It's just going to probably shred them to pieces.
That's
All
amazing.
right. Does Edie have a bonus action, or is that her whole turn?
That was the spirit
Edie
weapon.
The spiritual weapon was the
That's
bonus
right.
action.
That's right. Chorus is up.
All right, Chorus is. I'm gonna say he doesn't. He obviously doesn't know that ogre failed, so I'm not going to. Oh, I don't think I can move him though. Okay.
Here, I can give you permission to move him for today.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Who needs Conlon?
I wanted to move him to right over there to that spot. Gosh, wow.
You should.
Conlon, I don't
Reaction.
stand for this. I don't stand for this, Conlon. Don't lump me up with them. They're being cruel.
You have permission. You have permission on his character now.
Perfect. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So he's going to run over to there. He's doing the other flank-a-bob to protect us from the big ogres. And... God... I don't know if this is what he would do, but I feel like this is the sound. The sound of judgment is to... he is going to cast Protection from Evil and Good on himself.
Nice.
Chorus has probably never used that spell. It probably isn't what he would do, but that's fine. You're playing Chorus.
I don't know, man. I'm living on a prayer.
Keep them alive.
Just kidding. No, so now all undead have disadvantage on attack rolls against him.
Smart move. Smart move.
And that is the end of his turn.
All right.
Because that is an action to cast.
Gotcha. Okay. Then up next is Zombie 1. He is going to try to run away because that's what he has to do. What is the damage? And so for the...
Okay. For spike growth, it is 2d4 piercing damage for every 5 feet it travels.
But it's difficult terrain, so they can only travel half as far.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
they're gonna...
Right, but they have to take their action to dash. So they
Yeah.
have to... It's a cheese grater
Yep.
is what we're about to experience.
It's like they're shuffling
So-
their feet on a carpet trying to get static electricity, but that carpet is made of cheese grater.
Okay, so
They just get shorter, like the
it's per
like
5
they're on an
feet,
escalator.
they get to move. So roll 2d4. You said per 5 feet, correct?
Per 5 feet, yeah.
They have 20 feet of movement and a 20-foot dash, so it's going to be 20 feet. So roll that 4 times, and we'll just use that for all the zombies as they're... Because that way we're not going to roll
Okay.
it 16 times.
Spike growth is the
Okay.
worst.
So what's the first 2d4?
Okay, so the first 2d4 is 3. Then 5. Second. Third is 7. Oh, 3, 5, 7. Then last one is 5. So,
They're still alive,
yeah, 20 damage.
but not doing well. Like, you see their feet being chewed up. I'm going to go ahead and delete them from the screen for right now because they have moved off.
Yeah.
All 4 of the zombies have moved off the screen, off the battle area. They've actually, like, their feet were ripped off. They're now, like, walking on, like, stumps of their feet. You see a chunk of, like, zombie feet in the street, like, just, like, one has, like, a kneecap hanging on, like, a spike that's just there.
Look
That
like
will
quack.
end. Yeah,
Rose,
it's-
you've
it's-
turned them into pirates.
So that ends the zombies' turn as they tried to
Success.
run away. Archie, you are up.
Do they get a wisdom save at end of turn for the mace? I thought I heard that, but I can't remember.
They
Yes.
they do.
They do.
Oh,
at the end
good.
of the
Okay,
turn.
well let's try that. That's because they just need that.
They-
That's
they-
a That's a -1. That's a 10.
you did
That's,
this to
um,
you did this
a
to yourself,
4.
Dustin. You gave
and
us
that's
this
a 5.
toy.
They're all still failed. And rightfully so. They should still be afraid after what they just walked through.
I'm so scary.
Archie, you're up.
All right, so coming back into this, just like, oh shit, I think his first reaction would be bonus action telekinetic push on the one just above Nemeia to push it through the spike growth back into the right underneath the spiritual weapon if I can, into its space.
Okay. Is that a
So
contested?
it has to make a strength saving throw, I believe. Let me just double check that.
That's a 6.
Yeah, it's DC 16 strength save, so it's pushed 5 feet back. Which
Roll
means it takes
2d4, please.
Incredible.
Sure. That's only 2 damage.
Oh, good.
Uh,
He's still alive. As he's shoved backwards, there, and just more. It's like bones, chips falling off. He's looking really hurt.
okay.
That doesn't.
And
That was forced movement, wasn't it? That doesn't provoke an opportunity attack.
Correct, yeah.
Mm.
yeah,
cool,
no,
that's
it
fine.
won't.
Just
And
confirming.
then, I don't know if this is going to help our case or not. It definitely will with the giants.
If
but I'm
you
not
drop
sure
a
if that
fireball right on Vix, it'll be.
Don't do that.
Clap.
No, it'll hit you too.
Oh, because we want the skeletons to move away from us for the spike growth.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, but we still have to deal with them eventually. So I'm going to
Yeah.
leave the skeletons, and I'm actually going to try and help with the giants. So
Are you
I'm
aware
going
of the giants?
I
don't
know.
Think
You wouldn't be
so.
aware of it.
I don't think so, yeah.
You would have just seen Chorus
Yes.
bolt.
Yeah, you would see
Yeah.
Chorus haul ass the other way, but that he could just be going around to get in the fight because the alley is kind of blocked up.
Yeah. Okay, so how far could I go if this is 5, 15?
Just to see
If I
around.
want to go around the
Oh.
building, because you guys kind of got it here. This is 20, and then 30, I suppose. If I go there, could I see the giants?
You could see this one. You couldn't see this one probably.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do an area of effect. I'm going to pull out. He pulls out his wand from the strap, and he's going to try and do slow.
Ooh.
And I'm going
Ooh.
to try and hit. It's a 40-foot cube.
We are
which I could
debuffing the
reasonably
shit
hit
out of
both
these
giants.
We have a
What
lot
was
of
that?
deep buffers in this party.
It's a 40-foot cube. Could I reasonably hit both of those giants, even if I
They're
like?
they're right up against each other, so yeah, it's reasonable to assume you could.
Okay, so both of them need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Which we know they're super good at that.
Yes, they are experts at the wisdom saves.
Their wisdom is so wise that
We
it's
we
beyond
found people worse at
comprehension.
wisdom saves than Nemea.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a
Thank God
7.
Archer's on the outside.
Extra.
Seven
That's
fails.
beautiful.
Ah,
What's the DC?
It is 16.
18 on the second one. So the one that's not
Ooh.
afraid is also
Can I-
not slowed. The one that is afraid
Can I
is slowed.
use chronal
Ah.
shift to
Oh, no!
reroll that?
Damn it!
It has to be within 30 feet of me, though. I don't know if it is.
Can measure with the.
do you know
Probably
which one
not.
is
If you
afraid and
can't
not?
if you can't see him, would you know that he had succeeded to use that?
So it's this north
If I
one.
can't see him, it has to be a creature I can see. So if
Yeah.
I can't
So
see
no,
him,
you
it
couldn't
would be
use
within
it.
30 feet. Okay.
Yeah.
So then the one that failed is slowed. So while I have that up, it's I have to get back to the spell, but it has
So
a -2
much.
to its AC. Its movement is halved, and it has a -2 to AC and Dexterity saving throw. Its movement is halved. It can't take reactions, and on its turn, it can either take an action or a bonus action. And regardless of its abilities and magic items, it can only take one melee or ranged attack with that
Can't
action.
do any of those things anyway.
Yeah, it's already done.
Yeah.
It's running away.
It's
But it's fine.
scared and
How long
slow.
does slow last? It's a minute?
It's 1 minute concentration.
Okay.
And
Well,
I
since
believe
only
that's it
one
for me.
creature can even attack right now, I mean, your concentration is going to be fine. All right, that ends your turn. Skeleton.
If I leave that aura, do
Huh?
I lose the temp hit points?
Nope.
Because I'm out of that aura.
No.
No,
Okay.
it's
All right,
You-
this skeleton
you just got
is.
it now.
You have advantage
Go
on like
ahead.
strength-based stuff while you're in the aura, but you can keep
Yeah.
the temp
Okay.
HP.
Okay,
So
perfect.
the skeletons have a movement of 30, and they are all frightened. So they can only move half movement, but again, they still have to dash.
15.
Yep.
So that's
Oh,
going to be
30.
6. Roll your d4 6 times. Or your 2d4 6
on
times.
one of them.
What? Roll my d6 6 times?
So
No,
12d4.
2d4.
2d6.
No. Quit the d6. No d6.
12d4.
D4.
D4s.
6 times.
Well-
Your 2d. Yeah.
Well, they're moving
So?
30 feet. That's 6 times 2, 12d4, isn't it?
Yes.
Let's quit with the 6. I'll direct that.
No.
Six.
Can I use a
Six.
sentinel
No,
attack?
just I'll talk. I will do it. So do
Okay,
12
so how many am I rolling?
d4. 12 d4.
Yeah.
12 d. Okay. I I don't have enough d4 for this. I need to like figure
How
out
many?
what the
How many?
heck.
How many?
okay,
Or you can just
so
do D&D Beyond.
Yeah, just windmill slam that d4 12
Oh, yeah.
times.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Your
Where's that bottom left?
your
Smack it
browser's
12
gonna
times.
crash when all those d4s get animated though.
Realistically, there's not gonna. As long as you roll over a 1 once, they're all gonna be shredded.
Okay.
It's gonna
let's
be
see,
bone meal.
12.
Like if this was Minecraft, you would be able to plant a whole lot of things really well.
Okay. So that is 29.
Every skeleton just as they run away. Bloop, bloop,
Amazing.
bloop, bloop, bloop. The skeletons. There's just now, just bone everywhere. Chunks
dust.
of armor. It's just they're just done.
Every
Oh,
rose
oh,
has
one
its
underneath
thorns.
the-
Yeah!
Mother.
Nice.
All right. So the skeletons are no longer in the picture. Then
Skinny
we
done.
get to Nemeia's turn.
I would not have known. I would have seen the big dudes
Yep.
go around.
Yeep.
So I'm going to take flight over the building.
Fly, rocket ship, flight. So the building itself is probably about 15, 20 feet up. So you have to go up and then over. So you could probably only get to about here, realistically.
I've got 40 feet of movement.
Oh, okay. Then you're fine. But you're still, and they are large
Supersonic.
creatures. They're large creatures, so within 10 feet, you could probably hit this one that's right in front of you.
Well, even though my scimitar reach is 5 feet, my tail, which I believe I declared, is a reach
Yep,
of 10
which
feet.
is why I said you could reach that one.
Yeah.
Yep, perfect. So I'm gonna try and stab it recklessly.
Step. Yeah.
Thank God, because one of them was a natural 1. For a total of, where am I?
All the damage.
15 for the first
15
attack.
to hit, that hits.
Yes. My tail is not 2d4. My tail is shit. A
Your
d8.
tail
1d8,
is
yeah.
shit.
My
Your
tail,
tail
is
is
shit.
shit.
Yes. 5.
Which is even more insulting, really, when you're attacking.
Yeah. 5, 6, 7, 8. 10 points of piercing damage.
Nice. Your tail
And
just like lances into this creature's shoulder and turns and looks
Yep.
at you.
And then second attack, I'm gonna pull my tail out and lash at it again like a scorpion. That's gonna be a 19 to hit. So 9 points of piercing damage.
Nice. He's taken some abuse from you. As your is that bonus action or anything like that?
No, because I didn't use my scimitar. So
Okay.
hold on, bonus action. Nah, that's it for that round.
Okay. So the zombie ogre is up, the one that is slowed and afraid. So it has to dash, but with slow, it's
Half
Its
speed.
movement is half.
And so okay, so I'm just trying to figure out how it would do this. Its movement is 30 feet, so it only gets 30 feet. It has to go away from Edie, so it's still going to continue coming down here. That's what it's going to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I
I'm
can't
not-
reach that one with 10 feet.
No, because he's a large creature, and you'd have to go through him to get to the other one.
That's fine. That's fine.
So he gets a chance to make a wisdom save, which is a
From
9,
the
so he
frightened.
fails.
Yeah.
So he fails. Up next is the creature that you just attacked. So he's going to turn and look at you, and he's going to swing his giant morning star at you.
This is gonna hurt.
That is a 22 to hit.
I have half cover. What does that?
Plus
take my
2 to your
to?
AC.
Plus 2, so that's 16. What was the hit?
22.
22.
Ew, that's a stretch.
Oh, do I
Yeah.
use- I'm gonna risk it.
Shield will
Thrashing.
only take you to 21. Oh.
I'm gonna thrash.
Yeah.
Yes, I got an 8. So
Yes!
my AC is now. What is it? 16. 20. My AC is now 22.
Too bad it ties. So
That's-
damage still takes.
No,
Wait, you
it's
rolled an 8.
16 plus 8 is 24.
That's 24.
24.
Oh, I can't math.
Okay. Its second attack
Yeah.
is a natural 20.
Oh my god! Oh well.
Can Edie see Nemeia in the sky? Can Edie see Nemeia in the sky?
Probably not.
Oh, and I can't see this thing either for Chronal Shift.
No.
Damn.
So
This is what I wanted.
two 2d8. So it's already going to hit for maximum of 16 plus. So 16 right now. Plus.
No, that's halved because I'm raging.
Yeah.
Just let me do the math, please.
He wants to get the big number. Let him get the big number.
No, let me
Just
get
get
the
the
total.
big number.
Let me get the okay. Let me get the total number, then we can half it. So let me.
Yep.
So 9 plus 16, 25, 29, halved to 14 bludgeoning damage.
Oh,
Damn.
even with temp
What are you
HP.
What are you at?
I'm okay.
Okay,
I'm okay.
but I still ask, what are you at?
Half.
What is your total HP right now?
Oh, my total is 32
Thank you. All right.
from
That's like
57.
near my max.
Yeah. Barbarians.
That ends his
It
turn.
is my
All right,
max.
guys, let's try to stay focused a little bit. Rose, you're up. Vix, Edie, Chorus on deck.
Okay, so Rose seeing that in front of her that there seems to be the zombies running away, she's probably going to also just run around to the other side of the building, although she won't be able to get that far, to be honest. C 15, okay, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 25-foot movement speed. Alright. And then, would she be able to see any of those giant ogre creatures from here?
Be tough to see. You might see like the leg of the one up against the building. The other one you can't see.
Okay. Then, as her action, she's gonna reiterate, and every rose has their thorn, and she's going to go and say Blossom and throw out her figurine and summon Thorn.
Love it.
Alright.
Her dire wolf, little creature.
Where are you
And
putting
which, probably like over there, and yeah, see if she can basically just as he comes in, like just command him like, attack boy, attack the giant ogres.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for Thorn.
All right, so let's see. Okay, that is a bite attack. Not that great. That is a 13 to hit.
13 hits. These guys are not hard to hit.
Oh, nice. Okay, so that
This
is.
is one of the lowest ACs I've ever seen of any creature. Ever.
Yeah, that's crazy. That is 9 points of piercing damage. And I don't think this will work though, because it says if the target's a creature, must succeed on a save or be knocked prone, but it doesn't specify
That's immune to
size.
being prone.
True.
Good work. Bite his ankles.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see any reason it wouldn't work.
Yeah, it's only
Yeah,
like
it
size
so
larger.
it dropped.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
the-
but that's true. He's actually a large creature. We keep forgetting, because he's a wolf. Yeah, so it would definitely work.
That's so cool.
But he needs to make a DC 13 strength save.
Is that
the
to avoid being
ogre.
knocked prone?
Yeah, that's for the prone. And it
That's
comes with
something
the
he
attack.
can do well. It's a 14.
Nice.
Nice. So he saves from being knocked prone. But yeah, that's Thorn.
All right. If that ends your turn, we are up to Vix, and then Edie, you are on deck, and then Course.
Can I still see the zombies that are running away? I know they're
I
off
mean,
the map.
They're only 30 feet away, 40 feet away total.
Okay.
20 feet away, because they moved 40, but they had half territory, so yeah.
Yeah. Edie, would it be alright if I borrowed your short bow? They're running away, and I'll pincushion them from afar.
Yeah, it's easy to grab.
Alrighty. I'm gonna borrow Edie's short bow and just like grab a fistful of arrows out of her quiver and start firing at the zombies. And I do not need my judgment to be on AC anymore, so Vic switches it up to a judgment of sacred destruction for a little bit of extra damage.
Nice.
Okay.
Ooh, that's gonna be 23 to hit.
That'll hit. So the base damage is already going to do it. So go ahead and roll damage, though, so I can do their undead fortitude.
Ugh, I rolled minimum
first one?
damage. So that is 7 piercing damage.
So it is 5 plus 7, so they need it's a DC of 12 for con. That is a 21, so the first one gets knocked down, but it is not. It's going to get up again.
Yeah. Okay.
Second one.
You're just going to tub thump, are you? I'm gonna try and shoot that one again. Higher on the attack roll. There we go. Much better on the damage roll. That is 12 piercing damage.
Okay. So that is a 21 on its save. So still succeeds.
These zombies are hardy.
Every time I hit
Yeah.
these zombies with good damage, just like nah, doesn't matter. Okay.
All you get is those two?
That's all I get. That's it.
That's
That's all,
Vix's world.
folks.
Edie, you are up. You can still see the zombies running away that Vix just fired after. You did see the big guys walk around the building, but
Okie
Currently
dokie.
the avatar of terror.
Fear me.
Yeah. Oh man.
Okay.
Incredible.
So, are they 20 feet away from the spiritual weapon or further?
They would be probably just outside of 20 feet because they were one up from they were a square above, so they were already like 10 feet away from the spiritual
Yeah.
weapon when they started running, so they would be away more than 20 feet away.
All right. Well, then I will just.
Could she move it 20 feet to be within 5 feet
Yeah.
of them to hit them?
No, they were
Nah.
already 10 feet away from her before. So they had a whole square between them, so she would have had to go boom to get within 5 feet. So it would still be a square separating.
Yeah, that's all good. I will still move the weapon close to them just in case they don't move for some reason next turn. I don't know why, but I will do that anyway.
Okay. We will move the weapon here just so we know that that's what's happening, but it is off screen.
Yes.
Oh yeah, they needed to make wisdom saves from the
They've
frightened.
not had their turn yet.
They haven't had their turn
My
yet.
bad. My
Yeah.
bad. My bad. Sorry.
And sorry, how many of them were there?
4.
Edie's going to be like, no, I still not interested in keeping you around. So she's going to cast Mind Sliver, on. She's actually going to take a second to concentrate and use meta magic to cast the spell twice.
Nice.
Ah.
Ooh.
So
Nice.
tell me what they need to do to try
So
to stay
they need
alive.
to save an intelligence saving throw.
Well, clearly they're super good at that. Super good with their -4.
I mean, that makes sense. They're undead.
That's a
Mindless.
5. That's a 6.
Only 2 of them.
That's a 2. Only 2 of them? Okay.
Only 2
Well,
of
they
them.
both failed. They both failed.
And then, so that's a d6 damage, psychic damage.
I think 2d6 because you're above level 5.
Yeah, should be.
Oh, yay. Yep, cool. That's even better. Yeah, it
Okay,
is.
so they're both going to fall unconscious. Roll the damage so I can know if they can resist it or not.
Extent.
This ridiculous feature.
7 damage.
Okay. So the first one
DC 12.
has a natural 20 on its con save. So +3. That's
It's not a
succeed.
con
And the other
save.
one-
It is for undead fortitude.
fortitude.
Sorry.
And the second one is a 14.
Actually, sorry. They have to subtract a 1d4 from their next saving throw.
Okay, the natural 20
Natural
plus
20.
3 is still going to succeed. The second one will fall dead, though.
Yeah!
You've killed
Progress.
One of the 4. You've only got 3 zombies left of those kinds. All right.
Still pretty
Does
good.
that end your turn?
Yeah, Edie. Just move. She wants to actually just use some movement to get to the edge of this building here.
So you just entered spiky growth, and you have to take damage.
I wouldn't have walked into the
I'm-
spiky
I know.
growth.
Hey, that's
Is
what
it
my
able
thought-
Yeah, that's
to-
gonna hurt.
Is the building exist here, or is that like could I slink against the wall to go around this way, or no?
I would say you could slink against the corner, yeah.
Yeah, cool. So I just want to. I'll end up there.
Yeah.
And that's the end of my. Because what's that? 5, 10, 15. Yeah, I'll leave it there.
Yeah, because you couldn't get all the way around the building on that turn, but that ends your turn. Then Chorus, you're up.
Ooh, of course. That's me today.
Oh, I forgot he exists.
Ah!
Who's that?
Rushing in and swinging. Hi-ya! And I'll use the very chorusy.
I totally forgot that my guy would have gotten advantage on Nemeia because she recklessly attacked.
Oh.
Yeah. You already got a nat 20.
You did get a nat 20
On
on that
one,
one, so.
on one attack. Let me just for fun.
Roll
Yeah,
it
that
for
could be a
fun.
nat
Roll it for
20.
fun.
Okay.
I didn't get it. It's fine. He missed.
Yeah, the dice
Nat
gods
20,
don't like
24.
reverse time. Don't tempt them.
Look, you guys have a chrono wizard. I don't even want to hear it.
The next time you hit that creature on this turn with a weapon attack, all day.
Needs to get
Okay.
within 30 feet.
So bonus action, gonna use Planar Warrior on the big zombie ogre, and gonna just swing twice. Let's do this.
Ogre.
Oogie.
Ogre.
Oh. Get out of my swamp! 18 to hit on the first one.
Definitely.
Alrighty, that is going to be... Oh god, out of the box.
Ogre.
Okay. 9, 12 points of force damage on the first attack.
Did you do Zephyr Strike?
No, this is Planar Warrior.
Okay.
And then...
You,
And then it's a 22 to hit on the second attack, which does 9 piercing damage.
nice. He's starting to look hurt. Some of his skin is starting to fall off. He's got like a big gash exposed on his leg, where you see like the muscle like pulsing in his thigh.
Alrighty. That's it.
All right, Rose, you are up. No, you're not. Just kidding. Don't.
What?
Zombie is going to continue, I guess, running
happened to
away,
Archie?
but now they are outside of the thorn area, so they just get to do their full movement, and they're just 40 feet further away, all of them. And then they get to make their save again, right?
Yep.
It's not going to go well. It doesn't matter. I don't know why I'm even bothering. That's a 3. He's dead. So
Oh
the
my
other
goodness.
one is a 1. The other one is a 8, and the other one is a 8. So they are still afraid and just
Running.
now they're like kind of along the gate and just working their way north of the city. Archie, you are up. Followed by
Alright,
Nemeia.
so-
and Jack.
I am going to move so I can get line of sight on this thing. So now I can see it, and I want to be
Yep.
within
And
that's 25.
I would say it's kind of partial coverage with Thorn and Chorus in front of them, so your view is kind of obstructed.
Okay.
But you are aware that they exist.
Is there anywhere I could go where it wouldn't be like I'd have a clear shot?
You'd have to kind of go around them.
Okay, if I pulled, because this is like a large creature, I'm like also just remembering Chorus like going down last time, feeling a bit bad. I'm gonna try and telekinesis pull Chorus out so that like to give me a bit of a shot, but also to get him
Get
out of
out
range
of
of
the
getting
way.
hit. Yeah. So he has to make a strength save, but he can fail willingly.
I
I don't
He's not going to fail willingly.
don't think he would fail willingly in this case. Yeah.
Okay.
Is that an
Strength
action or a bonus action to do that?
It's a bonus action.
So what does he need to do?
So he needs to make a strength saving throw.
Yeah, but he only got
I
a
think
12.
Okay,
But
so
did
he's
he,
pulled back.
Oh,
I
is it
think
at
with
advantage?
yeah, because of the he's in the totem
Nice.
I
space.
just need a second to get a shot.
So that's a 17.
I'm sorry.
Damn it! No, he.
It's
No, I'm not
strength
gonna
checks
waste
and
Chrono
saving
Shift on
throws.
this.
Yep.
You have advantage of while in the thing. So
The second roll was
keep
much
that in
better.
mind.
Waste. Yeah, I'm not gonna waste a Chrono Shift on that one. If I go, damn, Chorus isn't that tall. This is a
They're-
large creature.
Yeah, but Thorn's large.
But
And their
so
AC
is
is
the Thorn.
garbage to begin with. You're fine.
Yeah, you're not going to miss.
Yeah.
I mean, you would have to
Just-
try really hard to miss.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit it with a firebolt. Firebolt.
I was like,
And-
what? What was that?
Yeah, it's a T. It's a T. So that's just an attack roll.
It's the British
Nat
version of
20.
Fireball.
I shit you not.
Oh, I'm gonna-
Nat 20.
Chrono shift that. Here. Okay,
That's what I
so
moved here for.
the way we do the damage is you get the max damage and then roll again. So whatever it is, if it's like 2d.
Yeah, so it's
or whatever,
20
it's
fire
2d8.
damage.
10.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 20 up front, and then
Now roll your damage.
4 and 8, so 12. So 32 points of fire damage. As
Gross.
an absolute, like, whopper of a fireball just and hits
Just
it like
zooms right by Quorus's head, and he like turns and
Yeah.
sees it just like singes like the peach fuzz on his face, and just blasts into the
like
ogre.
PTSD
Actually-
from Archie's fire spells.
You get some like intestinal spillage down on the ground, and it
Oh,
splashes
no.
a little bit, a little rotten spillage on Quorus and Thorn.
I'd like it to splash on Chorus because he didn't let me move him. So I just like kind of like try to pull Chorus and then with the other hand out the fireball. Firebolt, sorry. And that is my turn. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna do.
Perfect. All right. Well, then, at the end of your turn, dead. Nemeia.
How's the giant looking? By
Heavy
the
stab
way?
stab.
Really rough because his blood is all over the floor. All over you guys.
His blood is all over the floor.
Alrighty.
13.
There's a
hit?
little bit of small intestine on Quorus's head. 13's gonna hit.
Whoa.
Cool. So, first attack, that is... Yeah, I'm still gonna... No, I'm gonna swoop in. I'm gonna do that with my scimitar. So I'm gonna get 5 feet closer.
Okay.
I'm gonna swing with my double-bladed scimitar, so that's 2d4. Oh, that's balls 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 points. I'm
Okay.
slashing.
So that is going to be enough. Let's do that con save.
Oh my gosh.
Ah, threw my dice on the floor.
As well.
Yeah, there's zombies. The zombie template gives everyone undead fortitude. It's nuts.
Don't worry, I got 2 more attacks.
That is a
2 more.
17.
I assume that's
What was the
15.
damage?
It was 10.
Yeah, so that hit
that'll
it.
save.
Alright, I get to attack twice, so second attack. That is
probably gonna
19
hit.
and 18.
That'll hit.
So that's over 20, so another beautiful 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 points of slashing. And then-
This is 12 on its con save, so it does not succeed this time. So this time you sever its like spinal like cord like column to the brainstem, and it falls forward. I actually need Chorus to make a dex saving throw as the ogre is falling forward onto Chorus.
He's finally doing well in a combat, and y'all are just dunking on him. Just absolute.
I didn't put him right there.
That zombie could fall in any direction. I see a whole lot of empty, non-chorusy space behind him. It's fine.
Okay, fine.
Natty
I will
19
roll.
for a 25. He
He-
looks like Legolas and
he
he's dope and
avoids-
shit.
He jumps out of the way as the ogre falls dead on the ground.
She's just gonna shout, "That's what I was trying to put you!"
All right, so he's dead. Nemeia, you still have some movement and a bonus action.
I do. How far is the other ogre?
It's 30 feet to get up to
About
him.
30
Oh
feet
wait, I
from
can
you.
read
So
my own map. Dum dum.
Yeah.
yeah,
I know. I do the same thing. I look at the stream
Yeah,
the entire time.
we weren't gonna say anything.
Technology!
Yeah. How far is
It's
it?
got all night. He's 30 feet from where you are now. And
Amazing.
if
I'm
you've
in the
already
game. Let's
moved
go.
some. And you moved 5 feet already, so you have 35, 4 feet. You can get right up on him.
Bonus action attack again with the scimitar.
Hey, do it.
Because I read my abilities. That is going to be a
His
20
AC is
40
reduced.
hit.
He's already got an AC of 8, guys. You're not gonna miss him.
Yeah.
Like, it's just,
Zombies have AC
zombies
8. They're
always
garbage.
Yeah.
So his AC is 6 right now.
Yeah.
Because he's so low.
They're just piles of hit points,
13.
y'all.
That hits. Go ahead and
Also
do your
hit
damage.
points.
No, that was 13 points of damage because that was my attack.
Okay.
That was my bonus attack.
You did better on your bonus attack than you did on all your other.
Yeah, I rolled
attacks.
2 4s.
Nice. Do you get proficiency on your bonus attack with it?
Oh. Wait.
This-
Wait.
it's your
The
modifier.
double-bladed scimitar is weird. It's not the same as two-weapon fighting, but it might only do 1d4 on the damage for the bonus
I
action
think
attack.
it's
Oh,
her,
no,
her
you're right.
class
This is
feature.
1d4. You are correct. I
Okay,
beg
so
your
I will add 8 points back, right?
Just 4 points.
4.
4.
She rolled 2 4s,
'Cause one
so if you just
dice.
take 4 away. Or add 4 back, whichever. Reverse math.
Hang on. So if you attack with the double-bladed scimitar as part of the action on your turn, you can use a bonus action immediately after to make a melee attack with it. This attack deals 1d4 slashing damage on a hit instead. So I still get my rage bonus and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
would.
cool.
It's the
So
same
four
numbers,
plus-
just the dice change.
As written, would
Yes,
she? I mean, I'll let her have it, but as written, would she? Because
Yeah.
it says immediately after she had to move to do it. Would she still get that bonus action? I'll let her have it. It's just
Yeah.
something to think about. So that ends your turn then.
Yes.
All right. Does damage affect the terror spell, the fear spell?
No.
No, correct. So they're still afraid.
Yeah.
So he's still running.
Insane.
Run from me.
Opportunity.
This is the most busted fear effect
Sentinel?
ever.
Yep,
Yeah,
you
I
know,
can't
you
believe
get your
you gave
sentinel.
it to me.
And we gave it
I
to
didn't
Edie.
read this thing right. Okay? I
he is introducing a thief NPC, and this thing is getting yoinked so fast.
Hang on. I'm
Amy's
using
next
Sentinel.
spell, locate object.
Can I do that? Can I
Opportunity
do
attack.
Sentinel recklessly? No.
Only on your
No.
turn.
On the attack, that's fine. So,
So
Sentinel
just
attack.
attack him. He's got an
11,
AC of 6 right now. You're gonna hit him.
18.
Do you have the sentinel
Yeah.
feat?
Yeah,
I
she
do have the
does.
Sentinel feat.
So he's stuck in place.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hang on. Bonus action. Oh shit. Hang on. What does that
Even
let
if he
me do?
has to run.
Yeah,
That's
it-
awesome.
his movement speed drops to 0 when he takes an AOO from Sentinel. So he has to move,
Yeah.
but he doesn't
Okay,
go
melee
anywhere.
attack. So.
It's like Sub-Zero. Get over him.
Get over
I'm
it.
gonna
That's
use-
Scorpion.
I'm gonna use- do I have to use my
That's
because
why I
I attacked
corrected
him originally
myself now.
with my scimitar? Can I attack him with my tail?
Yeah,
You can use any melee weapon to attack, which you have equipped.
Amazing! I'm gonna do that with my tail. Ooh, 5. So do I get my bonuses and everything to it?
yeah.
Yep, everything.
You're,
It's a normal attack.
using your,
5, 6,
if
7,
you're using
8.
your tail, though, isn't it a reach of 10 feet? So he'd only leave your range at 10 feet. So he'd be
No,
Yes.
no, I
be
can't
stopped at.
reach 10
He
feet, but
was.
he's still technically within my range.
No, what I mean is that he would have stopped when you got the opportunity to
We'll
attack.
let
5
her do
feet
it. It's
down.
okay. We'll let her.
Yeah.
We'll let her do it. It's fine.
So I
Okay.
rolled a 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's another 10 points of piercing damage.
Hell yeah.
As he tries to leave, you just snag him with his tail, keep him locked in place.
You
All
can
right,
use
other
your
one-
tail within 5 feet, right?
Yeah, I can.
It's when
Yeah.
they leave the
Yeah.
range of that weapon.
It's okay. We're not
so-
going to discuss it right now. We've got it covered. Rose, you're up. Vix, you're on deck. Edie, chorus.
Okay. She's going to. Would I be able to? I'm guessing that the wall stops there, so I would be able to.
You can see
Go.
you can go around the wall.
Yeah. So like.
Yep, that's
There.
that's fine.
Yeah. Right. Let's see. So seeing. Wait, is that? Yeah, I was wondering like if that one was still up. So she is going to go. Can she properly see the other ogre, the one that's still standing?
He started coming down below, so he's a little. You can see like kind of his back a little bit, but he's harder to see at this point
Okay.
because he had
So I
started
think-
going around, like you started going down, but got froze. So if you moved like 5 more feet forward, you would see him better. But you can see
Okay,
just make out the edge, but he'll have partial coverage.
Okay. I think she's just going to use a spell to do a healing word on Nemeia, just like a first level healing word then.
Okay.
Which will be nice. 7 points of healing to Nemeia. And then that's going to be basically her stuff, and then she's going to well, actually, she's going to go and say like Thorn, go and like say like that one too. Go Thorn.
So okay, I'm gonna put
Um,
Thorn under you, Nemeia, just for
Yeah.
sake, because the
For
map doesn't
ease.
go any further.
Yeah.
There's more around there that he could have gone to.
Yeah,
He's around the other side, but we'll just put him there so we can see it. Go ahead and do your attack with him.
Perfect. And we've got pack tactics. So that's great. Natural 20 with
Nice.
pack
Yes.
tactics. So that is 12 plus 7, 19,
18.
22 points of piercing damage.
Nice. And then he's got to make a strength save
yeah.
of what?
Yes. DC 13.
It's a 20. It's a 23.
Ah,
So he
yeah.
succeeds. His thorn just like tears into him. He like rips a big chunk, huge chunk out of his hip. But he manages to keep his feet. All right.
All
Does that
right.
end your turn?
Yep.
Vix,
Yes.
Edie, and Chorus.
If I go to like the so there's this house to the north of me. If I go to like the northwestern side of that, do I think I could still have line of sight on those fleeing zombies?
It would be it'd be really hard at this point because of how much further they went. So they went another 40 feet that round. So with your movement, you'd have to like.
So if this,
are you talking like hop in this little?
yeah, I was
fence?
thinking about the hopping the fence and like, so if I do 30 feet of movement hopping the fence, it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and then I could be 5 feet further north or northeast, whichever way is the most direct.
You would just have, because they're getting, they'd probably have ducked behind another building. So I'd say you'd have one more round where you could get an eye on them.
Okay. I'm just gonna for planning purposes. I'm planning on, as long as I'm not like about to wander into another horde. So Vix is just passively keeping an eye out, but I'm just gonna keep.
Perception check.
Okay. 16.
You don't see anything else around you right now.
Okay. So yeah, I'll just keep pursuing them and firing off pot shots at them.
Are you trying to? So there's only 3 left at this
Yeah.
point. So
Yeah.
Are you wanting to aim at the one that has an arrow sticking out from your earlier shot?
Oh, okay, that one's still up. Yeah, I'll try and finish that doofus off. Okay.
They're all relatively at the same amount of damage, but that's a marker that you would identify as, hey, he's got an arrow on him. I shot him before.
Yeah, I'll keep firing away at that guy. My numbers are taking forever to load. I'll just roll because I'm sure their AC is garbage. 23 to hit.
Their AC is 8, so yep.
Okay. Out of the box. I keep rolling back into the box and it's worse. 7 piercing damage.
Okay. So their con save for undead fortitude is a 4 plus 3, 7. That one drops. You finally take him out. So
All
the
right.
one with the arrow, this time the arrow catches him in the back of the head and just falls forward.
Heck
Done.
yes. All right, moving on to the next guy then.
Okay,
If I've-
it's 2 left.
The second shot is a 24 to hit.
Definitely.
Not much better on damage. 8 piercing damage.
Okay, con save is 13. That is a 14 on
Dang
the con
it.
save. So you hit him. He drops for a second and then starts struggling to get back up. But that's it.
Ah.
These little bastards. I'm just gonna
Any
keep
bonus
chasing after him.
actions?
No, I'm keeping my judgment the same.
Okay. Edie, you are up. Chorus is on deck.
Did you say that this giant down here dead?
The one that's
With
farthest
Thorn?
away from you with Thorn in front of it is still alive.
Is still alive?
The
Okay.
one that was in front of the building is dead, and it's not even on
Yeah.
the screen anymore.
Okay. I just saw the little skull and I was unsure.
That's fear.
I was frightened.
That's a fear fate.
It's a scary
It's
face.
ghost face.
Why
It's
are
ghost
we?
face.
I'm just going to cast Mind Sliver at it again within 60
Sure.
feet. So she's going to continue to scooch around the building and just get to like the front here.
So, what's your movement speed?
35.
Okay, that's about 25 feet to get you there, so you have more movement if you want.
That's
But
okay.
Go ahead and do your Mind Sliver.
Yep. So intelligence
And that's
saving
a-
throw.
Do they have...
Actually,
Oh,
a 14 probably fails, but
Fails.
it's pretty good for
if you
it.
rolled a 7,
Pretty
if you rolled a
good.
17, he rolled a 17. Oh, sorry, 13, because he's got a -4.
That ogre tried. He tried, man.
Yeah. Okay, but
He
it's
was
good
like,
though.
I know numbers.
I know
So
numbers.
Oh.
Blood vessel bursts in his undead head.
5 damage
Yay.
and
Is that with the
we are-
2d6 or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he needs to remove a 1d4 from the next saving throw before the end of my next turn.
Okay.
And then that is all I can do, I think.
Okay.
Easy peasy, done.
All right, Chorus, you're up.
Chorus is gonna rinse and repeat from the last turn. 5, 10. Oh, darn it. Thorn. Is Thorn in the way? I can't get into that. Well,
No,
You
he's
could
not.
get right up here, like at an angle.
oh, okay. There is a little
Bit of
spot right
rose.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
We put Thorn off to the side, he just doesn't fit.
It's literally
Yeah,
the
Thorn's
connect.
not,
Jumps.
Thorn's not really there. It's in the middle. Is
Yeah.
actually right here.
Gotcha. It's literally the
Oh, I
connect
was
4
wondering
edge.
what
I
happened
think that
there.
chorus
It's
just
there.
jumps over Rose.
Diagonally.
Yeah. Vault.
Yeah, I mean, I would say even with the house, you could probably even be up one more. We just won't see you.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, I'll. Of course, just rushing in to get within 5 feet and bonus action planar warrior and making 2 attacks. God, I am
we'll
rolling.
do it.
I have not rolled below a 15 on an attack roll all night. Where were these in the mansion?
That's really unfortunate. That's unfortunate.
21.
Yes.
21 to hit.
Yep.
So this is the
If
first
he's doing 2
one.
attacks, just roll both. Just roll both and then roll damage for them both.
Okay.
Because they're gonna hit. I mean, unless he rolls.
Yeah.
an-
Yeah, they're both hitting. The first one is, God, I rolled garbage on damage though. 9 force damage on the first one,
Okay.
and then more on the
It's
second
starting to
one.
look really rough.
More with fewer dice. 10 piercing damage on the second one.
He's looking really rough. You see now, like, most of his skin is falling off, exposing large chunks of muscle and rib underneath. And that is ending Chorus's turn.
That's it.
These zombies are going to just continue their running away and trying to make another wisdom save. Nope. Nope. They're still just running away and essentially effectively out of combat at this point.
Could I?
This
Sorry.
started as them ambushing us, and then it ended up us chasing them down.
Yeah. Could I make an argument that if it looks like they're booking it away, Vix is going to continue pursuit with expeditious retreat so that I can dash and still attack.
Ooh.
If
Alright,
you want
split
to.
the party.
They are now out of sight.
Yeah.
Because they would have gone behind like into another alley. But yes, you can.
I was just gonna keep following the path that they were and hope that Vix is faster.
Fair enough. What does Expeditious Retreat give you?
I can dash as a bonus action.
Perfect. Archie, you're up. Nemeia, you're on deck.
Alrighty, Archie is just it's looking a bit crowded over there, so I'm going to go just over there. And
Full view,
I'm-
straight on. You got full view.
and another firebolt.
Okay.
And let's give this one a try. Oh, 12 plus whatever it should
That'll hit.
hit. Plus 8, so
He's
dirty
got
20
an
to
AC
hit.
of 6 right now, so
Slow doesn't happen to make him vulnerable to fire damage, does it? No.
no.
That is 9 points of fire damage. So yeah, he just runs around the corner and lobs a firebolt at it, and kind of just
And that's at
stays there,
2d10
keeping
now,
line of
right?
sight. Yeah, that's a
That's
2d10.
2d10 as well? Okay, perfect.
6 and a 3.
You see, like, one of the open wounds into his muscles, like, catches on fire, and, like, his intestines start burning, and he's just completely oblivious to what's actually happening, but he's taking damage. Do you have any bonus actions you want to use?
No, I think that's
Okay.
that's everything for me.
Then Nemeia, you are up.
Scimitar. And technically he's not being flanked. No, I'm doing reckless
Correct.
anyway, doesn't matter. Yep.
And so just
First
go ahead
attack.
and roll your 3 attacks.
He went around.
Well,
Yeah,
Well,
you
what,
could have
natural
flown
20
up and
for the
over.
second
Okay.
attack,
Okay.
and then third attack because I'm doing scimitar, so bonus action. Yep, that they all hit.
Okay. So roll your first damage.
First damage is 10 points.
Okay. And the second one was a natural 20, you said?
Second one was a natural 20, so
So
max
we'll
dice is
just
8.
stop. We'll just stop because he drops dead.
Yeah,
On a critical hit, he cannot use the undead fortitude.
I forgot
So
about that.
because that's the attack that brings him to 0,
Nice.
he is done. So as your scimitar
Nice.
sticks in his spine, and it slumps, and you feel it pulling against your weapon, and finally the weight of it just slides off the edge of your blade, and he collapses once again onto the ground, dead.
I thought you were gonna say. I thought you were gonna say once again on top of chorus. I was like, I'll roll that deck save. Let's do this.
Yeah.
No, that's what you thought I was
Fuck.
going to say. That's why I did it the way I did it. So as of right now,
Not as good as
you
before.
are out of combat, other than Vix, who is now pursuing those zombies that went off. So Vix,
And no one knows.
You
no one knows.
Yeah.
You do all the chorus and Nemeia, that sand that's been surrounding you and kind of providing some protection. You see that sand just like fall to the ground because that's a concentration spell, so is expeditious retreat. So Vix is seeing them run away and just quickly taps their boots and is like, "I'll show you who's being productive," and just starts
So
running.
They only get 40 feet of movement. They were about 70 feet ahead of you. So you can use your movement and a dash to get within 10 feet of them.
Okay, I don't want to get. I don't want to get that close to them. I just want to get close enough to
I'm
where I can shoot
Just
them.
letting you know how close you could have gotten.
Cool. Yeah, I just want to get like, if they're going around a corner, just around the corner, and like start firing the short bow.
All right.
On the way
Make
down
your
the
first
alley, Vix like takes the arrow that they're drawing and just scratches it along the wall to sort of make an indication of like this way.
Cool.
And I don't know if it works, but hey, try
You
and
don't know. Go ahead and
Don't
go ahead
know.
and roll your attack.
yes.
How far away are you staying?
I want to stay. I want to stay at least 30 feet away.
Okay. Go ahead and
Um,
make your first attack.
hopefully their AC is still garbage because I finally rolled low. The dice heard me talking about it. 11 to hit.
They're still zombies, and their AC is still 8 because they were not slowed.
Okay, 10
So
piercing
that'll hit.
damage.
Okay, the con save is fail. So the first one just sticks in the base of the skull and also just drops dead. One more zombie continuing to flee. You've got another shot.
Another one bites the dust. And that is going to be a 19 to hit.
That'll hit.
Poop damage. 8 piercing.
9 con save. So once again, it also drops. So luckily, go ahead and make a perception check.
18.
You look around, no signs of any other undead in this part of town. In fact, as you look, you see a lot of bodies from the undead that you've encountered, and they're still just laying there. You're not seeing a lot of signs. You get a feeling that you might have started clearing out this part of town pretty successfully. You know that there are still some in the inn, but other than that, there may not be more of a particular part of town. And you guys out that.
Well, Dustin, you cut out right as you were delivering the last bit. What is it that we know?
Have initiative.
You know that you are out of combat.
Okay.
Okay.
Vix is.
And that they're
Rose, that carpet of thorns, that did such a good job. We should put that out the front of the inn and then yell and scream and get them to follow us, right?
Yeah, I know that's what I was hoping to do. I was getting prepared for them to get out of the inn and then cast that. It's generally very good against anyone who moves in it. I'm glad none of you
Shredded them.
got in it though. Yeah. It is quite a job. I wouldn't recommend.
Vix is gonna take their time getting back to the group, gathering some of the arrows they shot, and also checking the zombies to see if they are Trym's wife.
Make an investigation check as you're going. It is going to be hard since you only know roughly what she looks like.
Yeah.
To see any, but you have some descriptors, so.
All right, the shiny dice keep doing me good, man. Dirty 20 on investigation.
As you're picking through the bodies of these particular creatures, none of them match the description you were given. Like, there's no identifying marks or anything.
Vix breathes a little sigh of relief, gathers up the arrows, and makes their way back to the group.
I
Right.
think once the combat, like the moment the combat is done, Archer's gonna like snap Bono back to his shoulder because he kind of just had to stay in the inn for that. What was like 20 something seconds. So he was just kind of on the second floor of the inn, just waiting, and then snap him back to my shoulder and slowly make my way to the front of the inn as well.
Yeah. So, does everyone... I can put out those spikes in front of the door of the inn if we want. We've seen how effective it is. Otherwise, how did it look on the inside?
About 5 or 6 undead, and I mean that spike thing was pretty great. I didn't know that was really a thing. That could probably work really well. We just need to... I can open the door from far away, and maybe everybody who has something they can do from a distance while they walk through it, we could probably tear them down as well as it did to those ones over there.
Yeah. I can do that, but we should, if we're doing that, be quick because it doesn't really stay around too long.
I can open the door and get their attention first.
Okay. Actually, I mean, as if it's about 10 minutes or so, so just as long as we're not really, taking our time to go and investigate other things, I can put it up first, and then we can grab their attention.
You put it up
These seem
inside
to
the
work
inn.
really well.
Hmm?
What if you drop me off in the inside of the inn and see if we can get them scared again?
Oh yeah, that
Them
That
out the
was-
door.
was incredible.
But do you think that they would just come out the door if we were there, right?
They were
Well,
probably mindlessly just chase us.
I thought that
that's
much.
true.
Hmm.
Well, it's worth it. It's worth a try.
Well, I
If
mean,
everyone's
I could get behind them if it doesn't work. Easy peasy.
okay. Everyone good with
give it
that?
a
As Nemeia, how are you feeling? I saw you took a few hits there.
Yeah.
I
How is
can-
everyone feeling?
Yeah.
Pretty good.
What? She took
Actually-
slashing damage, didn't she?
You took piercing damage.
Piercing? Yeah, she's looking a little bloody, but she's alright. Mostly superficial. Tis but a flesh wound.
Okay.
They feel better than normal. What is that you did, Rose?
Oh, I just draw on animal spirits. I drew on the spirit of a bear actually, to empower us to feel a little bit healthier and stronger.
Yeah.
So
I've spent some
Feels
time with
like
bears,
that's
but never
great.
quite felt this good afterwards. Thank you.
well, I mean,
Oh, hey,
they're
Vix.
difficult to talk to. You have to kind of approach them cautiously. They can be very grumpy, especially if you wake them from their naps. Vix, is everything okay?
Yeah, where did you go?
Where did you go?
Where were you?
Oh, those zombies were running off. I didn't want them attracting a secondary mob or anything like that, so I thought I'd put the arrow to them. Edie, this is an excellent short bow. It does the job rather well.
I love it. I've had it for a very long time. My mum gave it to me.
Then I dare not ask my follow-up question, which was to continue borrowing it. I should return this.
Yeah, absolutely. You can borrow it.
Are you sure?
Yeah, of course. voice.
I greatly appreciate that. Thank you.
That's okay.
We want.
If
a
you'd
bow
like, we
of
could.
some kind. Sorry.
Go on, Archie.
If you'd like a bow of some kind, there's probably something we could scrape together at the guard post. They likely had some
That's
weapons.
true.
That's a good point. I hadn't thought of it. I was being a bit stubborn about this crossbow, but I just can't get it quick enough. So yes, once we get back, I'll make sure to return this to you. Edie, do you mind if we swap quivers for a little bit? I can give you my crossbow in case you need something at distance.
Yeah, that sounds like fun. Otherwise, I've got magic.
That's true. You
Yeah.
are very magical.
So Vix, we were just speaking about putting out another one of those spike growths, like we were going to originally do outside the door, and trying to lead the zombies out.
It shredded that last
Um,
batch. I'd love to see it.
Yeah.
Sure, I can set that up if everyone's feeling ready to deal with the 5 zombies it was.
Let's do it.
They were
Let's make sure
skeletons,
that-
by the way. They weren't zombies.
Skeletons, okay. But the 5
Let
skeletons.
me make sure that the door is openable first before we make that area uninhabitable.
Yeah.
And I'm
Okay.
going to, like, kind of standing maybe like 20, 30 feet from the front door of the inn, try to mage hand / telekinesis open the door and push it in.
The door opens out, so it doesn't push.
Okay,
And you would
pull
know
it.
that. The
Then
door
I'll pull
opens.
Just push it.
Door
Well, there's
opens,
no
and as
going
you
through
open
this
the
door.
door, there's skeletons. You see the couple of them standing near the door turn their heads and look
Oh,
out at
no.
you. And that's
Yeah,
where we're
I'm
going to
just
take a
gonna-
break.
Okay.
Oh,
He got us.
I think we all. Yes.
Awesome.
Alright.
So, we are going to take a quick break, come back in 10 minutes, and we will pick up where we left off.
See y'all soon.
See you soon.
Come back.
And we're back. I was wondering how long you were going to just sit there and wave, and then you just stopped waving. I was just
Yeah,
hoping
it's
you would just sit there and
because
wave for like 7
there
seconds
was-
waiting for.
there was the thing.
Well, at least this time nobody talked when we were doing that transition, so that was good. Welcome back, everybody.
At least this time the
Uh,
transition happened.
And it
Yeah, I
happened.
was
Yeah,
about
we
to
were.
say. I was unexpected the transition. That's why I was waving already.
When we left off, the party had just finished defeating another little horde of undead creatures, some zombies, some skeletons, and some zombie ogres. None of those lived in a swamp and compared themselves to onions. They had just made the plan to try to get the last remaining skeletons out of the inn. Archie used Mage Hand to open the door, and the skeletons turned and acknowledged their presence and started lumbering towards the door before we went on break. And so that's where we are picking up. The skeletons making their way towards the door, towards the new option that they have not had before.
Spike growth.
They can cast Spike Growth right in front of the door. And it is 30 feet in front. And is that correct? It's a 30 foot.
A 20
20 foot
foot
radius.
radius.
20 foot. Okay. So they've got 20 feet. Skeletons move 30 feet, but it's 15 feet of movement is all they get going through this, unless they use their dash action to try to get to you, which they're going to do because they're dumb.
Okay.
Go ahead, and since there's 5 of them, they're going to all come through. They all have the same
Okay.
amount of hit points, and it's 20 feet. So roll your 2d4 4 times, so a total of 8d4.
Okay. Okay, D4. Let's see. Okay, pretty alright. 18 points overall of
Well, considering
piercing
skeletons
damage.
only have 13 hit points, as they come out, they just collapse one on top of another, and they are all dead because skeletons are not intelligent creatures.
Archie, I'm really
If
beginning
you-
to think that we should just make the biggest explosion possible and just stand on the other side of it.
She's just gonna like point to the giant inferno of the city.
Now
of
that
the city
has-
behind us.
That is burned down now. It's more just smoldering and ashes. It's no longer this raging inferno,
Okay.
as it's burned down a lot of the buildings.
Just pointing to the cloud of smoke left behind, and like, I already tried that. Not very successful.
Yes, but you didn't have Rose and all of her thorns last time.
That's a fair point.
I
Well, we also have people who can
technically do-
fly now.
Yeah. Today I could do probably 2 more of those. But could
Way
always
to
do more
clear
tomorrow.
buildings, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, we have to just make sure that there isn't anything else lurking in them, but this is great. We at least have access now to the inn. We can get supplies.
Rose,
Yeah.
can you get rid of the thorns now? Or do they stay?
Oh, yes. Yes, I can. She'll just drop concentration.
Well, before she does, can I confirm just that, like, through memory, if this is all of them that were inside the building that I saw?
They were.
None of
yes.
them-
They were all
Okay.
and Rose and Nemeia would know that as well. All the zombies that took place in the building were on that ground tavern floor area, wandering around inside, just bumping against tables and stuff. And they've all come out and were all slaughtered mercilessly by thorns.
Oh,
Nemea's just
and speaking of, Thorn is there now as well. So yeah, I think Archie especially, you just see this dire wolf just chilling, probably just kind of like panting, sitting there, and like Rose just giving like screeches like such a good boy.
Boy!
And he just like nuzzles up against you and kind of like knocks you over. And his
Nemea's
tongue,
so-
which is as big as your body almost, is just giving you puppy kisses.
It's to Rose or to Archie?
To Rose.
Okay.
He doesn't know you. He's not going to bathe you in puppy kisses.
Yeah,
just check.
have to earn that.
Fireball.
Nemeia's
Okay.
just gonna walk ahead into the inn, and as she passes Vix, just go, fucking martyr, and keep going.
Ooh.
All right.
Saucy.
Are we now sharing
One more thing.
nicknames?
Is anyone here?
Are you calling out or are you asking me?
Did anyone
Oh.
hear that? How loud was that as that was passed
Oh,
through? I want to know if Edie is paying attention to the fights between Vix and Nemeia and is like making notes in her head, her own notes.
It was just like a passing, like, you know how just you make a snide comment going past,
Yeah.
like a hush.
Never mind.
You may have, you definitely heard me say something. You can roll a perception check.
Yeah, may roll a perception check, especially if you would be intentionally looking for comments between them. Because if mom and dad are fighting,
Yeah. 17.
Ooh.
Yeah, you probably heard her.
Cool. All right. Noted.
Vix
now
is,
does Edie know what murder means? Who knows?
No.
Vix is following after and is just responding. Oh, we're sharing nicknames now.
I don't respond. I just start rummaging through the inn looking for food.
Okay.
So,
As you start looking through the inn, go ahead, Archie.
question first for the zombies. The main ones that were the closest, they were skeletons, right? From the fight in the alley. It was only 4 zombies that still had like flesh on them to be distinguishable. From those 4 zombies that we saw, do I recognize any of them? Especially, Archie is still looking for his dad. From memory, this is.
Are you gonna go look after the ones that Vix went after, or because none of them were near enough to you that you would have seen them without going off to where they were at?
Oh, then I'll just. No, I won't go around. Judging by how long Vix was gone, probably not a distance Archie's gonna go away on his own. So no, then that's fine.
Right. Let's gather some supplies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll just kind of show them where I imagine the food would be and where they would keep their stock and their pantry and stuff like that.
Edie's gonna raid the bar.
As you go inside, you're gonna raid the bar. Go ahead and do an investigation check, Edie.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Just Edie.
Natural 20.
Yeah! Let's get this party started.
We're getting drunk tonight.
Non-alcoholic beers.
Current.
You find that most of the liquor has been destroyed. The kegs, the barrels of ale have been smashed. But you check. Are we getting an echo?
Yeah. Through Matt.
Yeah.
Taylor, are you wearing headphones?
That's
No.
through...
I don't know who the echo is coming through.
That was weird.
As you look, wait a second, and then you like feel along like on the counter, and then you feel like a board that moves a little funny, and you open it up and you find a false bottom, and you pull out a really nice old bottle of liquor. You don't know what it is, but it looks really old and strong.
Friggin' Aramel.
Yeah. Absinthe. Cool. Wonderful, thank you. Edie's gonna just put it in her stuff and keep looking with the rest of the people.
So you guys are able to find actually some decent food stuff. There's some dried food stuffs as well as there was some fresh meat. Unfortunately, it is no longer fresh. But you do find 2 full barrels of fresh water in a storeroom that were not damaged, that he kept on hand for wash water or whatever. but it was stuff that he kept on hand, not relying on a well or the lake or something like that. Everybody who's just looking around, you also find the stuff that if you wanted to resupply an herbalism kit, you can do that if you've
Ooh.
used up any of your supplies.
Yeah, I want to look for medication and herbs and stuff for the people who are
Yeah,
sick.
definitely.
Yep, so
Can I
you
also?
find the stuff for, yeah, go ahead and make an investigation check.
Me? Or
I
Both of you can.
I rolled
When-
already.
22?
18.
Would
Okay, yeah,
would I be
you are
rolling to
able to
help
fi-
them, or okay?
No.
Okay.
Seeing that everyone else is reading downstairs,
know
can I
if I
go
did that right.
upstairs and check rooms that we didn't the night before?
Yep, go ahead. I think I did that wrong.
Sorry, Dustin, I think you cut out there. What did we find with the investigation check?
You found, like I'd said, you found stuff to restock herbalism stuff. You found some basic first aid supplies like bandages, splints, and things like that.
Perfect.
But no medicine per se, other than basic herbalism stuff.
Okay.
Taylor, as you go, or sorry, Nemeia, you need to change your name on here. As you go upstairs, you see the rooms. Go ahead and make an investigation because you're checking the rooms.
Can I help her?
Yes, you can.
Oh, thank you.
Are you telling me that Vix and Nemeia are both going upstairs together?
Yes.
Okay.
Vix is following Nemeia.
Yep. E follows behind.
I get a investigation. 13.
What you see as you're going up the stairs is similar to what you saw the first time. You see the rooms have kind of been tossed and things like that. One thing you notice, it had been crumpled up and thrown to the ground, so somebody picked it up and, not worth my time, was a drawing of a cat that seems to have been drawn by a child's hand.
Drawn by who?
A child. A drawing of a cat. Am I cutting out again?
A little bit, yeah.
Little
Okay.
bit.
It's a drawing of a cat that appears to have been drawn by a child.
Okay. Yeah, she'll pick it up.
Okay.
And then just keep going from room to room. Even though, like, the beds have been tossed, but is there any signs that they've been used?
Say make a survival check?
I'll be there. Vix is just following along, helping.
Okay, I can do that. Cool. Helping. Lovely. Oh, hang on. That one's cocked. So 19.
Nothing appears to have been used recently. It looks like it's been a few weeks since anybody has slept in any of the beds.
Cool. And there's no other rations or
Not upstairs. These
nothing
are
I
all
can find that would
beds.
help. Alright.
Not up here. I mean, you can find more blankets, bedding, things like that from the beds that you could. If there's more of you, I'm cutting out again.
These are in rooms, aren't they? Like guest rooms?
Mhm. Yep. So you can find more bedding and blankets and things like that, but there's no other supplies of any kind up here.
Okay, so we've got food, we've got water, we've restocked our herbalism kit and found medication.
No medication other than just your herbalism stuff.
Okay.
And like
And is there-
bandages
You
and
found
splints and stuff.
bandages.
Yeah.
Alright,
Right.
cool. So there's enough to restock ours. Is there enough to have like multiple herbalism kits, or it's just the restock?
Essentially, they would have had a full herbalism kit themselves, so you can restock yours with a little bit of leftovers.
Well,
Oh, do they have
Our
a
H.E.R.O.E
herbalism kit?
Archie was going to
Like an
try and
actual
take
kit.
the herbalism kits and the bandages
No!
and all the medical stuff.
Okay. you got it.
I mean, I don't know how to use them, but this is what H.E.R.O.E specified, the kind of stuff that I figured can help the sick.
Yeah, it's been a little while since I've used one, but I know how to use it because of, well, with my parents back home. So
Keep
I
it with
think
you
I'd
then.
be able to
But
help.
I'd prefer if we used these things for the people back at the guard post.
Of course, I wouldn't use it for anything else first.
Okay. Then I'll hand her the stuff.
So you can add an herbalism kit to your inventory.
Woo! Alright.
While we're searching the upper rooms, I take it you didn't like me running ahead.
No. You yell at me for getting into trouble, and you go and do it yourself.
I'm sorry. Never said I was perfect.
I don't need you to be perfect. I need you to be safe.
The same. Which is why I was hunting down the things that I didn't want bringing extra attention towards us. The sooner all those things die, the sooner this town will be safe. And by extension, everyone else.
Remember your words about sacrifice, Vix? Don't be a hypocrite.
They were terrified and fleeing for their unlife.
She walks out.
Ooh.
Ugh, you really are just a peach right now.
As you walk out of the room, you see Edie dragging a chair from another room into the middle of the hallway, right outside the door where you guys were having a conversation, and she just kind of...
Stale
She's
popcorn.
She's just... No, she's acting very nonchalant if you guys have left the room.
I walked out to check other rooms, so...
Well, as soon as both of them step into the same room at the same time, Edie's gonna be like, I've had enough of this argument, you guys are gonna be friends, and you guys are stuck in here until you figure it out. And she's gonna close the door, she's gonna put the chair up against the handle, she's gonna hold on to it and like sit there and make sure that they're locked in this room. She's like, discuss
Lee,
it!
like, opens the other way so they can just open it.
The door's
Edie
open
doesn't...
inwards.
Yeah, probably, but
Open
Edie's
inward.
just...
Mhm.
Yeah, but Edie still set it up, so then she's like...
That's incredible.
That's amazing.
Oh,
Can we hear Edie shouting this
yeah.
from upstairs?
Rose definitely
She's not
would
being
with her.
Me and Rose will just go up there. And did
Well,
Edie
just
actually
wait,
set it up in a way that's going to make it stuck?
No, the door opens inwards to the room,
Yeah.
so she couldn't have stopped the door from opening.
Could have jammed the chair under the handle or something?
I'm going to say, it's alright, I got it. I'm going to put my hand on the door and I'm going to cast a movable object on the door.
Oh my gosh.
Make sure you mark that
Oh,
off
no.
because it does have consumable items.
Yeah.
25 gold therapy
Wow.
session.
Yeah, I just spent 25
Yes.
gold on your couple therapy, so you better have it.
Well,
Wow.
it is gold dust, right? So
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah,
consumable. You have to have the gold
25
dust.
gold pieces worth of gold dust. So
Worth of it.
Archie's
Right, no, but
actually
it's-
seeing through the door.
Right, but what I'm saying is it's not just gold that you're losing; it's an item that you'll have to
Yeah, no,
recover
no.
that
Yeah.
dust somehow.
Yes.
I've got a
Okay.
separate way to
I know,
track the
I know.
gold dust, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh
so
my
Edie's still
goodness.
standing on the chair, like holding onto the handle. She doesn't understand what you've done to the door. And she's like, thank you for your help. Now,
It's
does
okay,
you
Edie.
two,
The door can't move now.
the door can't move?
Well,
Well, yeah.
it can't move?
I just-
I made the door immovable for the next little while.
Edie gives it a jiggle. Kat doesn't move. She's like, you guys are locked in there until you can speak nicely to one another. No calling each other names.
no.
I don't know what a martyr is, but I'm sick of it.
Oh gosh. As this is like before this happened, like Rose wouldn't have immediately gone up. She's just because she would have just said like Dawn, just keep an eye out, okay? It seems that there's a bit of a quarrel happening upstairs. Hopefully no sharks this time, but we're gonna go and see what's gonna happen. And she's gonna go upstairs, leaving just like Dawn to keep an eye out.
He'll sit
I'm not
guard
sure
at the
if
door.
Chorus will. I'm not sure if Chorus might just stay there as well and just like. So, you two have already interacted. It'll be good. It'll be a bonding experience. And go up.
Yes, of course. That's not. I can do that. Hello, Dawn.
I'm also going to send
Be
Bono
friendly.
outside and give Bono the instructions to just circle the inn in the air and fly back if anything is coming our way.
Right.
I don't hear Eddie discussing or making friends. Edie's got her ear pressed to the door now.
Vix is just leaning against
She
the
does
wall.
too.
Vix is just leaning against the wall next to the door and is grinning at Nemeia, just like,
Thick monitor, Berto, Edie! Just pounds on the door.
Whoa.
Love you too.
this sounds like the consequences come home to roost, I do say so myself.
You started this.
I did no such thing.
Please. I called you out on your attitude, and then you go and do exactly what you don't want me to do. How am I supposed to react?
Well, I was hoping you'd act with a bit of trust, knowing the difference between doing what adventurers do versus unnecessary risks. The creatures were terrified. They had no interest in actually fighting. I was just picking them off at a distance. If I had felt at all at risk, I would have come back immediately.
We don't know how many were there, Vix. That was an unnecessary risk.
If you see it that way, fair enough. And I am sorry for causing you any sort of worry about me.
Okay. Truce for now?
I don't know. I thought we were already in a truce. Edie has decided to lock us up into purgatory here until we get our shit sorted. I'm not sure if just a truce qualifies.
No. She's locked you in here. And Nemeia's gonna open the window and fly out.
Forgot there's a window.
Dang.
Sadly, you were in the one room in the inn without a. No, you're fine.
Vix cast
Did he have like looked through the keyhole and like slammed the window shut with telekinesis?
Nope.
Vix cast
Nope,
the message spell and says, "Oh well, that's just cheating, and we both know it."
Don't play a game you can't compete in.
Ooh.
Oh snap.
And she's gonna come in through the front door again and go upstairs. And then just arms crossed.
Edie's like,
Nemeia.
Looking at Edie.
Vix sends one more message and says, "You asked me to be honest, and that honestly hurt."
ouch. Edie sees Nemeia standing there, and her kind of like grumpy, like paying attention face just kind of goes like, oh. I didn't think you'd give up on friendship so easy.
Edie,
And
no.
Edie's gonna run downstairs. She's holding on to Ellie.
Edie, no! Just... Vic Mortar, Berto! Nemeia's going to go back out, fly through the window, and hold her hand out to Vix. She didn't respond to the message, but you can tell from the look on her face, Vix, that she regrets what she did.
Are we still playing a game?
No?
So I'm allowed to compete now.
Can't compete if there's no game.
You can always compete. There's a little bit of a smile on their face, but it's very cautious.
Just remember who you're up against.
I guess so.
Her hand's still outstretched.
Vix gets up.
If you guys want to come out, the password to suppress the spell is communication.
That's a good one.
I guess we'll just have to work on a communication as Vix like very elaborately exits the door.
When Nemeia ran downstairs again to come back up through the window, did she see where Edie went?
Did
Eden's-
Edie run out the door?
No, Edie's face first into Thorn's side, and she's just like,
Oh.
Oh.
Vix is
And Chorus is just there, completely unaware, other than like he heard some yelling. There, Edie. What is? Everything's going to be all right.
"No, it's not."
Did you,
No,
did you need a shiny? Here's my. He like pulls out his coins, like jangling the tokens in front of him. I'm not.
she's like, "Okay, thank you, that's better." And she clips
I
them
wasn't
to her
giving.
belt.
I was. Oh, I wasn't. I'll get those back later. You can play with them for now.
Nemeia doesn't follow Vix out the door. She goes out the window again and flies back down to her.
Yeah.
And if Chorus is outside, he'll have seen Nemeia flying around and, if he's watching, just clock that Nemeia's actually using her wings.
Vix goes up
Edie,
to
I'm sorry.
Edie and gives her a little pat on the back. That was a really good idea, and I had a smile on my face the whole time. It was very clever.
They did.
And that's how Mom used to get us to be friends again, me and my brothers and sisters. So it
Nemeia and I are
worked most
still
of the time.
Nemeia and I are still friends. We're just having a little argument, that's all.
But for so long now.
Well, it's hard to tell if it's only recently become an argument. Based on what Nemeia said, I think she's felt it was an argument for some time, but I'm assure you I didn't mean it that way.
Sorry, that was really quiet for me.
I can repeat that if y'all didn't hear it.
Please, I didn't catch any of it.
Nemeia, I think Nemeia thought it was an argument well before I thought it was. And that's not her fault, so it is what it is. We're working on it.
Well, as long as you're working on it, I guess.
Is
We just
everyone feeling okay? Rose like come back downstairs and extra blankets again, like from one of the rooms, just like bundled up, like
Piled higher than she is.
yes, can't really see her face right now, but you hear like through like that, like everything okay?
Does this place look like it could be defensible? Like if people wanted to move here, they could? Or is this place kind of out exposed?
Not that it's not defensible. It potentially could be, but it's not as defensible as the guard tower
Yeah.
or the guardhouse. You get the feeling that that place was chosen because of access to weapons, access to longer preserved foods, like kind of the fantasy equivalent of MREs and stuff like that. Like they
Yeah.
have more dried rations, dried meats, and stuff on hand, so that you believe it was probably chosen because of that aspect of it rather than the inn, which would have been more comfortable, but less survivable, perhaps.
Yeah.
I think while everyone went outside, Archer's just standing in the doorway with hands on his hips, thinking of the spell components, and just like, this lasts for another hour. If we could take this door with us, we could still use it. I just like can I telekinetically take out the hinges of this door, or is that too fine?
It's immovable.
Yeah,
No,
I would say
unscrew the hinges because I can
I
suppress
would
the
say
effect.
that's too hard of a dexterity check for a mage hand.
Okay. Yeah, because I can suppress the effect for a minute, so we can keep just saying the password until we get it to where we want it to go. But it's only an hour. So
That'll be so.
Nemeia's just gonna carry this door around for us.
Archie, you seem lost in thought. What are you thinking?
I'm just thinking that we could still use this. It's not something we have to maintain or anything, but for the next hour, this door is immovable. We could suppress the spell, take it with us. If you have any tools that could undo these screws on the hinges.
I can give it a shot. Can I try with thieves' tools?
Alright.
Yes, I would say make a tinkering check at disadvantage because that's not what they're designed for.
Well, tinkering tools or thieves' tools?
Oh, did you say tinkering? I'm sorry, I thought you said thieves' tools.
I can do either one. I've got both.
I would say
I just want them
tinkering
to-
would be more.
Okay, I can make a tinkering
more
check.
difficult.
I just essentially want him to take out the screws that put the hinges to the door frame of the door, and I'm going to suppress the spell, say communication every minute until he's done.
Communication.
I've got a 15 for. Let me hold on. No, that's wrong. Just a 14.
You're able to get the screws out, yeah.
There we go.
So you can theoretically move it.
Incredible.
Now, if Nemeia's is willing to carry this and we can think of a reason to use it, then we could take it with us.
It serves as a good.
Now,
How immovable
isn't
is
it
this thing?
immovable though? Like you can only move it for a minute before you have to speak the password again.
Yeah, but we can just keep
Yeah.
saying it. We can just say the word communication once every minute, and it'll
Every
just
now and
keep
again,
being
it
suppressed.
just gets stuck
Yeah,
again, and you're
like
like,
It's like,
Communication.
it's like moving a piano.
Yeah.
It's like
Pivot.
moving a piano. You
Now-
have to set it. You have to set it
Pivot.
down for a few minutes.
if you throw it in the air and the minute runs out, does it stay up there?
Yeah, probably would. We could probably fly it up. if
Let's
Nemeia
try and
wants to fly
climb
it up.
something.
We could fly it up into the middle of the air and wait for it to become immovable and then just sit on it.
We could put it high up, and then when it runs out, it'll drop.
It would.
It's a fun one too.
Edie, have you
Yeah,
ever
I
fallen
can't-
out of the sky?
Sorry?
Have you ever fallen out of the sky?
I think so, yes.
Then you know it hurts, right?
I think
I just
so.
got wet.
Oh, lucky you.
I fell through the
What do you-
ground and then into the swamp.
Oh,
But when I looked up, there was nothing, so who knows?
Is that how you got here, Edie?
Yeah, someone pushed me.
Did it?
That
Okay.
part hurt. And she like rubs her like chest where like she remembers the staff like poking into her.
Remind me,
Oof.
where are you from, Edie?
The Feywild.
And someone. Does Archie know about the Feywild, firstly? Like, is that something that's common knowledge for this world?
Make a history check. Or an arcana check, let's
damn.
say.
I'm good at both of those.
Mhm.
Okay, what is my bonus? 21.
Yeah, you've studied the Feywild. You're not familiar yourself with it, but other than what you've read in books, but you are very aware that the Feywild exists and that there are other planes of existence that can be traveled to with the right magics or the right spells components.
And, like anything about like how hard it is to go between or from the Feywild to the material plane?
I mean, you would have some basic knowledge of the transportation and the spells that would be required. Yes.
It's probably not very easy to do that. You say someone just pushed you and you just fell into another world?
I was just about to start my first adventure to spread the word of Aruna, and I thought I was going to be doing it in the Feywild, but just before my birthday, Fadia, the leader of our group, she took me out to the forest to explain my mission, and then when I said I was ready, she shoved me. And when I landed, it was nighttime for the first time ever, and I was in a swamp.
I think like at this point as well, like the freestanding door just kind of starts to fall as the suppression ends, and like halfway through, I'm just like communication, and it just like stops midair. Sorry about that. Right. That's
Who's carrying the door?
nobody.
I think
currently.
Nemeia and Chorus would have one end each.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think a door might be a little bit big for one person.
Yeah.
we're
We
just
could
carrying
probably
it
put
with
it
supplies back
on
to
Thorn's
the guard
back.
tower.
Thorn's still here for. Thorn stays around 6 hours, and he pops back into wherever he goes. And back into his statue form.
Do you think he's
can
lonely in
help.
there?
Oh, I hope not.
Me too.
Yeah, I definitely should summon him more. It's just I can only do it every 3 days. I think I don't know, it needs to recharge. But hopefully we can somehow make it quicker. Especially now that we have another brilliant mind, intelligent mind in the group, like
Yeah.
pointing like to Archie. Like I'm sure your wizard
Probably
school has.
with the level of enchantment, it probably needs time to regenerate the magical energy before it can pull off a spell that summons something that like that. Maybe the enchantment could be made stronger or improved so that it wouldn't take so long, but I don't know if that level of magical power is within our purview right now.
Yeah, well, something to talk about. But Dawn's here for now, and he's friendly, and I know he wants to help.
Yeah. So like try and like put the door onto Thorn, then. Well, I just
and
wanted.
one thing, I forgot, Archie, with your keen mind, actually,
Hmm?
one of the students of Brittlebane Academy had talked to you, or you'd heard them talking about their time in the Feywild. Their name was Micah.
Sorry, can you say that name again?
Micah?
Excuse me?
Micah.
Oh,
I could be brown. Okay, do I remember what they said?
What would they have talked about? Edie?
Well,
They
oh,
would have talked about when he was a very, very young boy, he appeared into the Feywild and met a young satyr and stayed with her and her family for a few years before just wandering off for a moment and disappearing back to the material plane.
okay. So that's kind of clicking in his mind, and like mid walk, and seeing Edie the satyr. Edie, this might be a bit of a weird and if I'm wrong, possibly racist question, but do you know someone named Micah?
Yeah, he was my best friend. Hi.
I met someone named Micah at the university, and they talked about going to the Feywild and living with a satyr for a while. It sounds like your best friend might be here. Well, not here,
Mike-
but
M-
there.
Mike is at the school?
Yeah. Last
Uh,
I
I
remember.
didn't know where he disappeared to.
Well, it's kind of our holiday break right now, mid-year break, but I'd imagine that he's still there or going to return after the holidays.
And
We
didn't
go-
Orith say she was heading there? Like, it's not too far,
Yeah.
Edie. Maybe once we finish with the town, we can go to Brittlebane.
Yeah.
Is Brittlebane
Do you
in
think
this
we
town, or is that just nearby?
It's not in the town. It is
Outside.
a couple days travel outside.
Okay.
It's
That would be
northwest of
amazing
here. We usually go across the lake and then travel northwest. It's kind of like almost like a student path. But I
Oh.
imagine Archie didn't come from the lakeside this time. So you'd have to go around around the lake, and then more westward towards Brittlebane Academy.
There
But
was,
it's on-
if I remember correctly, there was a little ferry or something to get across the lake.
Yeah.
But that may or may not be in service currently.
I've heard of it being a small
Yeah.
world, but this is multiplanar. This is something.
Yes. Wow, that would be so cool. I'm sure that there are some powerful mages there that would be able to do a lot of things to help as well.
I think Archie would laugh pretty hard at Vix's multiplanar joke. Yeah, I agree.
I think Boris
And-
would have too.
Mm.
Planar warrior.
Oh
I'm
man.
sorry, I just got it. Multiplanar, that was a good one. That was a good one.
Calm down, Batman. You're getting a little out of control there.
Yes, don't let
Sorry.
those.
It's
Don't let those.
Never seen you so
Oh,
enthusiastic,
wow.
Chorus.
I'll try. I'll try to rein it in. I'm sorry.
Might alert zombies around then.
You get so emotional, Chorus.
Seriously, we're trying to keep it even
Friggin'
keel here, my
chorus.
man.
Are you guys walking through the street, or are you just standing in the
We're-
street talking?
We're walking back to the guards post
walking.
with all the stuff.
Yeah.
And
We
Vix
took
is.
all the food.
I'll say by
Sorry, as we're walking, I want to use the Eye of Iol. I'm saying that right? Yeah, Eye of Iol to like do like a sweep and maybe like Vix is maybe going like half a block away, but never leaving line of sight of the group, and is like always like sending. Would they do this? They're not sending messages. They're just like giving like a little like, hey, I'm going over here to check towards the group to make
Archie
sure
would
that they're-
message you
Yeah.
if like you ever are like out of line of sight for like 10-15 seconds. He'll just message you and say like, everything okay on that side, and just kind of the call and response. And I think Archie would also send Bono ahead, as he usually does, like fly overhead and come back immediately if you see anything that we're going to run into, anything that's going to intersect our path.
I want to use that Eye of Iol to try and get a good sense of like how cleared out the undead are from this area.
range.
Did you ask what the range is? You're cutting out a little bit.
Yeah, what's the range?
The range is 100 feet. It reacts to any undead within 100 feet.
As you walk along. Sorry, give me just 1 second. I'm loading the map. As you walk along back towards the guard post, you get a very weak attraction. Like the eye turns, but it's not like very sharp. It's very weak, like almost like, oh, I barely noticed it. Glance just southeast, back towards the burning, smoldering buildings. You get a very weak pulse over that direction as you're approaching the guard post. So basically, on your walk back to the guard post.
Hmm.
Nothing until you get to the guard post, then you get a very weak reaction.
So they're mostly in
we
different
get
areas of
anything-
the town.
Hmm.
So, from what you can tell, in this part of town that you're in right now, that's the only area where there's any undead left in this portion of town. Remember, if you get in the main gate, there's another gate that separates to where the Fountain of Hope and everything else is over there. And then there's another area behind that that's also blocked up by this thing gate where the Temple of Dyrus is.
Hmm.
Of this gate, there's only one area that you see anything at all.
So we didn't get anything from the west, from the area with the Fountain of Hope when we were by the inn, which I think is along that gate.
Not when from when he pulled it out. There wasn't anything right there.
Okay.
Okay.
And one last question: did we manage to get like all the food and I guess with like H.E.R.O.E.S and the mayor's strength, like carry the water, perhaps like just secure it onto Thorn, and we got the medical stuff.
It might take a couple trips to get everything. The barrels of water are pretty heavy. I mean, it's like a
Are they
like a
intact enough we can roll
50-gallon
them?
Possibly. You could try.
Vix,
Oh man,
Should
you're
we
gonna have some
risk
back
it?
pain.
if we think it's worth risking, I'm not detecting much undead in this area. I think we just risk a couple trips back and forth at this point. Some people might even want to move to the inn. I think that's a discussion worth having.
Does the bottom floor have heaps of windows at the inn?
Probably.
There were some basic windows on the lower levels, yeah.
It's not as
It'll
secure.
take a little bit of fortifying, right?
Yes,
I
it's
think
not.
Archie would probably explain that he did scout out places, and there was like a house that was quite fortifiable, more to the I believe it was the northeast of the inn, or just east of the inn, by the main gate, and then there was the inn, and then there was the guard post, and those were 3 locations that he was considering, and the inn was too easy to kind of get in because the door was so like just normal, because an inn obviously wants to invite people in. It actually makes entrance as easy as possible,
Yeah.
and the windows on the front, too many places to, even though it would be comfortable, too easy to get into, and very hard to defend. Nothing as strong. There's probably like a lot of steel, a lot of stronger reinforced walls at the guard post, and they have, like Dustin said, the MREs, the weapons, and probably more floors or more staircases that can become choke points, set traps around, things like that, and it's more isolated from the other buildings. So Archie would just explain his whole like very thorough tactical assessment of why he chose the guard post and cleared that out, or draw the zombies out of there and set up over there.
We can probably give that house another sweep, and then if it's clear, then maybe some people might want to relocate. We'll figure that out.
Yeah, for now, I don't think we have enough people to need a second location, especially
Probably
since...
good to fortify as we move through the city, though, right? So then there's always a base of operations not too far, so we don't have to travel all the way back here if we're bringing hordes of things following
I
us.
actually agree. The inn is up against the gate to the inner city with the Fountain of Hope, so once we start exploring there, maybe we leave a barrel of water there, and that becomes a base of operations for going to the inner city.
That house you said was right up against the fence, didn't you say?
The main
main
gate's
gate.
the one...
That
yeah,
leads
it's
to the Fountain
basically
of Hope?
No. It's basically across of the main gate from the guard post.
Oh,
if I
never
remember
mind then.
correctly. Like the outer wall.
I thought
of
it
the
was
city.
further. I thought it was the next one across from the inn.
No, it would be like there's 2 here, and then it's like the inn is on this wall, but the guard post in the house was on this wall, the outer wall.
Heal.
So we'll probably leave a barrel of water there, and head back to the guard post.
Easy enough to do.
more people are succumbing to the disease. I don't think spreading out is too good right now. And I'm not doing Archie's coughing today because my throat's a bit sore, but Archie is still continually coughing.
Okay. Let's bring some of the stuff back and see what we can do.
So you arrive back at the inn. You take a couple. You've taken a couple trips to get the water, the supplies that you're going to get. What you're going to leave. So maybe somebody could just document it so we'll know for what was left at the other house or at the other point, and then what was actually brought back. We'll discuss that. We can discuss that offline. You guys come back to the inn, or sorry, to the guard post, and you are let back in. Trym kind of like opens the gates and everything and lets everybody back in and closes the door, and you guys lock up behind you. She looks at you, Vix, questioningly, but doesn't ask anything.
Oh, no spare knives out there, unfortunately. I keep trying to add them to my collection.
I'm sure it'll turn up somewhere.
I'm sure it will.
And she turns around and walks up the stairs, a little slump to her shoulders.
But the area is getting cleared out pretty well. The horde is thinning in this area, so that's... I think it bodes well for general safety.
What's the time of day right now?
You guys went out pretty early in the day, so it's probably only around, I mean, given the couple trips, probably getting to about 12, 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
We do another sweep, guys? Have some lunch?
I think it'd be good to take a break.
Actually, sorry, Archie. The Temple of H.E.R.O.E.S.
Yeah.
What do you know about that? When
That's
Rose and I
true.
went out the other night, we were assaulted. Sharp pain straight through our head. Well, straight through my head.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I was able to block some of it out, but it was still very sore.
Well, I know a lot about the Temple of H.E.R.O.E.S. before all of this happened. Afterwards, I don't know too much. I mostly scouted with Bono. I saw the Black Cloud, but I didn't want to send him in. And I guess that was the right choice, because that sounds not so great. I don't know what's happening there, but that black cloud hanging over it's definitely not normal.
Yeah, it's not a normal cloud. Like we could still see, but it was darker, colder.
Yeah.
I've been to. I haven't really gone that far, and I didn't really want to go alone. I didn't really think it within my capability to brave that just yet. I don't have anything related to light or dispelling something like that. I was worried it's magical or some kind of enchantment, but I've only haven't been here long enough to try and brave that yet. But I feel like the ominous black cloud hanging over the temple in this town is probably key to figuring out what's going on here.
Very true. And we should deal with that. We should make sure that whatever is causing that is taken down.
Well, I'm not sure how to exactly do that. I'm starting to think this disease might have something to do with that black cloud, maybe, but can't really rule anything out. I know something I'd like to try. My mom used to kind of do prayers with holy water from the Temple of H.E.R.O.E.S. and it was. I always thought it was just superstition and religiousness, but maybe there's some merit to it. The temple seems to be telling us something, at least, or at least the cloud hanging over it is some indication of something.
Do you think she was staving off some sort of corruption that was lurking there?
I don't know. I doubt that there was something always here that was just being staved off. But it's hard to say it's all just a coincidence.
Hmm.
Well,
But
well, maybe
nothing ever felt. Sorry, go ahead.
no. It's okay.
Nothing ever felt insidious in this town. It never felt like there was any specific disease like this lurking that was always pushing, trying to get in. It felt like a normal town. So, yeah.
Well, we definitely don't have any temples like that back home, but as a cleric, I know that there's magic there and there's power. We should be able to do something with that. It's not superstitions. It isn't.
But if we're going to go there, we want to make sure that we are well rested up and fully capable.
Absolutely.
And we probably want to
And
clear
very
out
true.
anything that's on the way there. Because if there's a lurking cloud overhead that hurts your brain, that's not a good sign of what's in there.
No. How far
Agreed.
away is the lake? Is that
You
a
can
whole
get
other
there easily in-
city section away?
Yeah, it's on the other. So you guys actually have a map of Loch Hillbrand from Magister Aron. No, not Magister Aron. Roddy had given it to you. You'd gotten it from his book. It was several years old, but you guys have that map. That if you pulled it up, you would see
Anyone
that
have
it
that?
is.
Send it to me.
It should be in Coda.
Oh,
I'm trying to find it right now.
Yeah, it's in Coda. It's been shared to party item file, I think.
Hmm.
And just while that's happening, DM, on one of those trips, Archie would just asks Rose to come with him to go around the corner where Vix shot the zombies, and along that path just looks at them, turns over the bodies, and sees if he can recognize any of them, especially for looking for his father.
Make an investigation check.
Can I help?
Uh,
Advantage.
You don't really know what you're looking for.
Oh, that's true.
So you can go with him
Yeah.
as far as company, but you don't know what you're looking for.
Well, it's a terrible roll. 4 for 12.
Or for 12. The bodies that you see, it's hard to tell anything. Like, it's hard to tell gender. It's hard to tell anything of what these bodies once were. Make a survival check, though.
Yeah, like any this is going in the dice jail. Any like identifiers, any trinkets, especially any trinkets that his dad would have had that he would know of.
Right. Well,
Um,
that stuff's hard to
survival.
tell, but you're doing a survival check here.
Survival 12 plus 0, 12. Again.
Yeah, it's really hard. They look like they've decomposed quite a bit. So there you can see the map on the screen now, Edie, as far as the layout. It's really hard to tell. The decomposure is older than... Actually, instead of survival, make that a medicine check. What's your medicine?
Oh, medicine, I believe, isn't. Oh no, it's wisdom. Yeah. So if it's the same, should I use
Same
the same
roll.
roll or roll again?
Yep.
Then
same
it would
roll.
have stayed the same as a 12.
Okay.
It's also a
Yeah,
plus 0.
it's you're not familiar enough with the decomposition rate of bodies to know how old these are. Nothing really jumps out to you as being familiar to you, but it's really, unfortunately, it's too hard to tell. The body's pretty torn up, and it just doesn't. Nothing jumps out at you.
Which guard
Yeah, I'll
post
just-
are we at?
You guys are at the one to the north east, the big blue building
Mm-hmm.
rooftop. That's where you guys are at.
Gotcha.
I'll just,
So there is another
turn
guard
to
post
Rose.
to the southern exit of the town, and all those buildings that are southeast of the guard post are the ones that were on fire.
And that's the only instance. So the inn was like that brown building up there,
Yeah.
more towards the north.
The northern, yes.
Yeah. So the only area that we think undead still are in this like walled off section of the city is to the southeast of that guard post that we're at.
Somewhere where those burning, where the burning buildings were.
Gotcha.
So looking at the bodies, I'll just turn to Rose. I believe there are only 4 of them. turn to Rose after the fourth one to say, I was shot in the dark. I figure my dad's gonna be somewhere closer to the water, even in death. But with that area being so open, he could be pretty much anywhere.
Well, hopefully we'll find him soon, and he'll hopefully be on two not undead feet.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact he isn't here is hope.
I think H.E.R.O.E.'s idea really helps me. They're already gone. This is just someone desecrating their bodies.
Very true. It's a horrible act that we're undoing, and we'll eventually get to the temple. I'm sure we'll figure something out. There must be a way.
I hope so. And Archie will take note of their faces, their clothes, any unique identifiers that he can. Just looking
at this point,
them up.
it's really, if you're just trying to memorize, it's really hard. The clothes are dirty, torn, bloodied. There's not really anything that identifies them specifically to anything at this point.
Archie doesn't really need to. He just needs to look at it, but he's just. I'm saying he's taking note of those things specifically because no matter what, these are probably people that he knew at some point, even though they're beyond recognition by now. So just almost out of respect, he's kind of just looking them over, and I imagine the way his mom taught him, he just kind of says a prayer in his head of Dyrus for them, if their eyes, if they still have it, close their eyes, that kind of thing. Just pay respect.
All right, so you guys get back to the guard post. Still pretty early afternoon. Are you guys planning on anything else, or are you guys planning on staying? What are you guys thinking you're gonna do?
I say short
Maybe
rest,
we
and then
can
we go
take
back
a
out.
short rest. Yeah.
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 Okay.
Short rest.
All right.
Yes,
As you
short
guys
rest.
are.
Oh.
Go ahead, Edie.
Well, yeah, while we're short resting, Edie's gonna kind of lean over to Vix and be like, "Hey, you know how we can send messages to each other?
Yes.
Do we need to know the person to send them a message?"
Let me see.
No, I don't believe so.
It's complicated. You don't necessarily need to know them, but you need to know of them, right? So I could send.
So if we did laps of the city and sent messages out in all directions for Archie's dad, maybe we can find him?
Possibly. It's difficult. Magic is fickle and has its own intentions. From when I've used it, and it's worth a good try. That is for sure.
I think I want to try next time we leave.
I can do that.
Okay.
I'll tell Archie the same, although I'm sure
double
he's.
the power, we can send more messages. That's what I was thinking.
That's true. You're very right.
Okay. While you guys are taking your short rest, Trym comes back to the top of the stairs and, Vix, could I speak with you for a moment, please?
Certainly.
And she draws back into the bunk area.
Vix goes up to talk with him.
You've been kinder than I deserve. And you've done a lot to help us already. I want to give you this. And she reaches into her cloak and starts pulling out, and we're going to stop right there.
No!
Wow. Hello?
And
No, sure
we will
this is
pick
a
up
good
there.
thing or a bad.
What is it?
Pulls out a dagger.
Slashing you across the face.
What's in the box?
Roll this shit.
And we will
That's a
stop
cruel
next week.
move.
Cruel summer.
Oh.
Ooh,
So,
Archie
come back next
put
week.
an evil person on her with with the thick magic.
Come back next week to see what's going to happen.
Oh.
Until then, thank you so much for joining Sunset over Vengalia. Tales of Initiative, we are so happy you're here. We love you so much. Be kind to each other. Love each other. Give somebody a big hug. And are you ready for more tales? Goodbye, everyone.
Don't forget communication.
Communication is the key word.
Communication.